drai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non più avrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor. Fra guerrieri può far bacco, grande stacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece del fandango una marcia per il fango, per montagne, per valloni, con le nevi e salioni, al concerto di tromboni, di bombardie e di cannoni, che le porre tutti i tuoni all'orecchio fan fischiar. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, non più avrai quel cappello, non più avrai quella chioma, non più avrai quell'aria brillante.
Hello, Polaris Porters, and welcome to Relaxing by the Fireside. I'm Brazz, as you well know, and this is my darling husband. You know him as Sisco Brazz.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know how long I could keep that up, to be honest. That's
No.
it's lovely, isn't it? Do you like our fireplace? That's absolutely 100% genuinely our fireplace. Don't get too close. Those GeoCity fire gifts will really burn you. Obviously, if you're not wearing a smoking jacket, you're getting kicked out.
But, as usual, pants are optional.
No pants, smoking jackets, okay? Sure. It's obviously real mix, and you were dancing on the cutlery, so you should know. It's friggin' roasting, which isn't going to help matters, especially with the door open, especially what we're going to do today. So yes, today we're going to take you on a literary journey to enhance your very souls and delight your senses. Which is to say, we're going to be reading bad fan fiction, which I don't know if we're ready for, to be honest, but I used a couple of you as guinea pigs, asked a select few to choose a film and a game, and then we attempted to find a subpar fan fiction upon that game and that movie. And I'm sure you would, Matt, and we'll probably get around to them, because God knows how long most of them are going to take. Sisco seemed to have a specific rule of thumb, which was, ooh, look, this one's really short.
Well, so there was one Gargoyles fan fiction which was 780,000 words long.
So we're doing that all night, right?
If we read that, I mean, I read the first page and it was painful. If I read that all the way to the end, I'd probably commit suicide.
relaxing and, cheery. That's obviously the two go-to words tonight. Let's remove that.
So, Husker, are you off somewhere for 5 weeks?
Just bikes, motorbikes.
Yeah, motorbikes. That's
Just
well, it
motorbikes.
really helps add to the classy effect. We thought about getting full life consequences, but it's been done to death. We're wanting fresh stuff that you haven't heard. I mean, everybody's seen full life consequences.
I've read it though in your voice.
John was a monster. What was it? John was an alien.
And then John was a zombie.
Yes, and then John was a zombie.
But that is classic Doom.
That is
backstory and lore. Piss pits. It ends in the middle of we. We're going to be seeing a lot of things like that tonight, I'm sure.
Well,
Right.
I hope you have a good time, Husker.
I hope
Both
you do
tonight
too.
and on your holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And on your hollybobs. As everybody at work calls them.
Hollybob.
You're off on your hollybobs.
No. Nope. No. Hollybobs.
Right, so we have a wide selection.
Don't have that wide a selection.
We have a selection.
We have a selection. I feel almost weird starting to read someone else's work. I would say it's unlikely that anybody tracks down the author and gives them any hassle over this, but we want nothing but positivity to any of the authors featured tonight.
This is
Creativity should be encouraged.
We are enjoying their creative works, maybe in an unorthodox way.
Yes. So, I suppose we should probably start. This is going to be so fucking weird. Ito obviously isn't around at the moment. He might be later. So I'll try and keep his to the rear end giggity of the proceedings. And you, Sisco, have to read
All of them?
a lot of them, because when I was looking through, like, Danny's selections brought up some horrendous things. I was like, yeah, well, Sisco can read this. Sisco can read this. Sisco can read this. Ito's, as I've already mentioned to you earlier, is very short, in and out of context. And there wasn't that many that I could find fan fictions based on his choice of alien fucking resurrection. So he has an alien resurrection one, but he also has another alien one.
Is it res
No, it's
erection?
not. No, it's not. No, it isn't.
Because I know some of the ones we selected are probably not safe for Twitch.
That was another concern or question we had.
Technically, we're not putting anything on the screen.
Now you say that. You see, we had the idea of possibly having the story on screen that can scroll with us reading it. There was a few issues with that, but the main issue with that is how pissy, because it's very vague, how pissy it's going to get if someone reports us if we have certain words shown on our stream. It's possibly bad enough if we read them, so it's probably not going to be a child-friendly stream, because a lot of angsty teenagers need to get their frustrations out in the written word, and we're going to be bringing them to life in a very audible fashion. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, showing them on the screen, while I did set up a function for that, proved to be mildly problematic in various different ways. Not to mention very distracting to actually trying to read it. Yeah. So we probably won't be doing that, although I don't know. Maybe it'll be more visually interesting than our very 100% clearly real fireplace burning away.
Yeah. Do we mention Plan B?
There isn't a plan B.
There is no plan
You've
B.
mentioned plan B. Now people are like, oh my god, what's plan B? There is no plan B. You're doing this. Cisco wanted a get out of all of this card for when he got too embarrassed or embroiled in a story or whatever. So he's like...
Embroiled in these stories? Really?
So he wanted to get out of... I was about to say jail, but it's not really jail. Get out of hell free card. And I don't know if that's allowed. We shall see down the line if it's appropriate, just how many cease, desist and takedown notices we get from this when Twitch jumps in to see what the hell's going on.
Well, we
while
haven't
you're
said we're
relaxing by the
displaying a movie. Like, do you remember when we said we were streaming something and it had a movie title in it?
It wasn't
and we
that.
had the mod jump in to
That was
check on us.
when we did the premiere of the Fishmonsters.
Oh yes, premiere of
Because
Star Trek. Yeah.
the only Star Trek we had to put it as was Star Trek, which the mods took as we were just streaming the Star Trek show. And it was like, well, we're not. And then they hung around for about 10 minutes and went, oh god, I'm not watching this, and they legged it. Yes. Well, Matt, it's true your pick wasn't great, but we repicked for you. You and Meeks now share one. It's not one Meeks picked either, but it's for both of you, and I'm sure you will appreciate and enjoy it.
Shall we go to the first one then?
I suppose we'll start with the first one. 6,250 words.
Oh Jesus!
So you were bailing out if it was over like 500 words, which I said
No,
that's not going to take 5 minutes.
I didn't. It was like if it was. I looked at the ones that were less than 2,000 words because I don't want to spend like 40 minutes reading one story that is awful. And some of the best ones are the short ones.
Nobody wants to spend all that time. I don't know if that's audible. I'm sure it will be.
The background.
Oh, the desktop
jazz.
audio is jumping. We have jazz too.
Soft
We
jazz.
have royalty free, no attribution needed. Soft jazz to play us into these things. And now the dogs next door are going crazy. That's a good additional sound to have on the audio. Right, well, as long as it's not too distracting, I suppose we can start with our very first book tonight.
Oh,
The
that's very
fabulous
official.
story, Rose Pedals by Joseph Nick Prowler. Pedals. It took me a while to realise it wasn't petals, I will admit. And you see the key? This isn't just for anybody to read.
Oh no.
Only those with the key can read this book. So, everybody get comfortable. Don't sit in that chair, obviously, because that chair, that's kind of Cisco's chair. Don't sit in that chair. But sit somewhere, get comfy by the fire, and we will read Rose Petals by Joseph Nick Prowler. Now, should I show what the screen would have looked like briefly for people? That's what it would look like. It's kind of more distracting than anything else. Kind of small text.
Yeah, you can't really read it.
So
everybody be like pushing their nose up to the screen.
squinting to see that. So here we go. I suppose I should read the synopsis of this. That is what people say about Ito, Danny. Oh, hello. Jasper's trying to stop me. We haven't started yet, Jasper. Rose Petals by Joseph Nick Prowler. Amy. Who's Amy? I should probably start and say this falls under Sonic the Hedgehog, although I don't see how. Technically, I believe he's in it, but because another thing I should point out, this takes place in San Andreas from Grand Theft Auto. So yeah. Okay. Synopsis. Amy is just the same as any other girl in San Andreas, but she has a secret for you all to know. It's not much of a secret if it's literally for you to know. We shall start. The first pedal. Memory. March the 3rd, 1897. San Andreas, California. Huff puff, mother father, where are you? I need you so much. I can't find where you are. A 16-year-old hedgehog saying while running through the forest that everybody says never to go in. I was running from the monster that took my parents because I was trying to find them in the forest. It was about 4 miles now, and I had gotten ahead until I saw her. She was a vampire. She had flown at me and bit me, saying, "Now you are one of us." She was gone, and now I cried. While going to the shelter, I hid for 100, maybe thousands of years, so I can't die. March the 6th, 2019, present day. I am Amy Rose. I live in San Andreas for 9 years now. I am 14 years old and I am in high school. Full stop. I have been and seen all California and Nevada. I love to paint. I go to San Andreas Prep. That was where I meet Jackson. He is my boyfriend. We have dated for 6 years now, is 16. He treats me like a princess. He calls me Ames and I call him Jack. Ha. So the weird thing is, when I was talking to Stacy one day, a new student, he had a black hoodie and he had the hood on him and he was a blue hedgehog. Unlike Jack, he is a wolf. Hey, Danny.
So hang on, are we getting into some Twilight stuff here? You got a girl and a vampire.
I don't know.
And a wolf.
But unlike Jack, the new student who had a black hoodie and he had a hood on him and he had a blue hedgehog, unlike Jack who was a wolf, is a wolf. And he is very nice. And we are really good friends, along with Nikki. She is crazy. She's an eagle. Me, Stacy, and Nikki are best friends forever. So Sonic, he was pale, and he was nice to me. He had said, "What is your name for a pretty girl like you?" I giggled when Nikki and Stacy came and said, "Who is he? He seems and looks cute, hee. He is Sonic, a new student here, and let's look at his schedule and see where he has to go to." I said back, "Okay." And Nikki, "Ooh, he has the band with you, Amy, and he has history with me and you, Jackson," said Stacy. I blushed because I am a cheerleading captain, and also in the band, as a piccolo player. So I had hit Stacy saying, "Don't tell him what I play, or you are a dead girl." Okay, hey Sonic, Amy does piccolo in the band, haha, she is the cheer captain, she is so cool. Stacy yielded to him, laughing. Okay. April 14th, 1920. You want to be a vampire, Kaylee? You are sure? I thought you didn't want to live forever. Your family, friends, and your future. Why do you want me to be doomed like me forever? Said Sonic to a young female fox. Because I want to be with you for eternity, plus I want to be forever young, plus I love you, my boyfriend. Thanks, but I will do it, and don't cry, it might hurt. 2 hours later. I'm a vampire. This is so cool. I love you, my best friend. Then an older man comes and says, "Kaylee, what are you doing?" "Father, I am a vampire. Sorry, I wanted to be one so I can be with him," Kaylee said. The father pulls a stake and says, "Sorry, daughter, I love you," but puts the stake in her. I can't have you killing the family. I cried, saying, "No!"
Stake in her.
I cried, saying, "No!" Sonic's flashback ends. March the 6th, 2019. Present day. Sonic, are you okay? Is this a time for band okay? I say to him while he was off in space. Sure. He said, "Yeah, sorry, let's go okay now." "Wow, you are one to be early," I said, giggling. He smiles and walked off to our classes 6 hours later. As we walk out of school, I had said, Sonic, do you want to come with me, Stacy, Jackson, Nikki and Carter, to my house for a movie night? Yeah, I would like that, said Sonic. I would also like to talk about Ames being friends with you, Sonic. Boy, it would be... What the fuck? It would be nice to meet you, dude. Jackson, with a nice smile. Nikki said, yeah, I would love to watch old scary movies with you, Sonic. Sure, yes, I would love that, but might be a while for I have to eat first, so I will be there soon, and I'd love to watch horror movies, so see you guys soon, bye. I was so happy to hear that he would be coming over. I told my friends bye, and I got on my bicycle and rode off to tell my parents, and they said, okay, if they are still here at 1 a.m. in the morning, you will be grounded for 3 weeks. You got it, Amy Rose, and you have to let Nick come over, okay? Nick was Carter's younger brother, and he is dating Stacy. He is in my band. He plays the trombone. We're getting a lot of backstory here.
Good.
So Nick is Carter's younger brother.
You're going to end up with a full undead band by the
And
end.
he's a trombone player.
And that's the father keeps sticking the stake in her. Sorry, putting the stake in her.
This is one giant wall of text.
I know.
Trying to keep my place is more difficult
The
than I was
temptation.
imagining.
I was trying not to laugh or make too many sounds for fear that I might distract you, but no. Now, just God help you find where you were.
Okay. Nick and Carter came over first, and then Stacy had to come in next to the house and sat down and went on her phone. When Jackson hid behind the door of the house at 7 p.m, I was screaming when he came out of nowhere. So I hit him and said, you are such a big jerk. So then I closed the door and found the movie that we would watch. So we'd watch Scream 3. This one was funny and scary. Then when we seen the scene where we see Sydney seeking her dad mother, then there was a knock and it was 8 p.m. It was Sonic. He had some red stuff on his pants, and he said that he had cut his leg while running. So we let him in and we continued watching the movie. He is laughing so much at the things that were funny. After then, everybody else left after the movie, except for Sonic, because he was walking to me and said, do you remember me, Ames? If not, remember the best friend when you were little? He then pointed to his car and said, get in my car, please. I need to show you something. Oh,
This fuck is going on?
This might be going somewhere.
It's just the backstory we didn't know. Well, they were best friends when they were little?
Get in my car,
even though
little
he's
girl.
over 200 years old?
I want to show you something. I have to tell my parents that I'm going with my friend to their home, I kindly said while running upstairs. I went up to get my mum whilst she was going to her room for bed. I said, can I go with my friend to his home, please? She said, you have good grades and you are really nice. So sure, you can go, honey bunches. I got in his black Mustang and we went to the old mansion that me and Jackson used to go to when we were 9 years old. They stopped leaving the gate open. Does that mean they closed the gate? So we went in the house and there was something sitting on the couch, so I jumped. So Sonic said, Shadow, you're a werehog tonight, haha. He turned around and said, yeah, who is this? When I saw him, I jumped and almost fell. Sonic caught me and said, sorry to scare you when I am a vampire and my friend is a Shadow the werewolf. We won't hurt you, okay? We are friends. Even when you were little and we were great friends, but I had to hide. What? This is crazy, I said. That's true. Shadow said, calm down. You don't need to worry. Just sit down and chill out, okay? Okay, I will. So you guys are vampire and werewolf, right? As I raised my eyebrows. Yes, he said. So, that is so cool, dudes. So, are you immortal? Can you fly like bat or turn into thing? I said, craze la la lally. Sonic turns into Britney Spears. I was not prepared for the phrase Sonic turns into Britney Spears.
It's going out of nowhere. It just fucking comes out of nowhere.
Sonic turns into Britney Spears. Yes, I can do all of that again, he said, laughing. I was laughing so hard at this that I punched Shadow by mistake and then ran and hid while he tried to find me in the room. Sonic turns into Call of Duty character. Our mission, kill Shadow, then I was laughing. Our mission, kill Shadow, okay. Then I was laughing. I looked at my watch. It was 11:30 p.m. Oh my god, it's almost 12. I got to go. Bye. Sonic and Shadow as I hugged them. Bye. I said as waving. Bye. See you at school, Sonic, my best friend, as she ran off the door.
Best friends already?
Hey,
Is he still Britney Spears?
He turned into Britney Spears and then a Call of Duty character. When she was going gone, Shadow said, "That girl makes you happy, dude." I smiled and I said, "Shad, why would she like a monster like me when I kill people for blood?" Shadow stood there for a minute, then said, "Dude, she will like you, for you kept her safe from that car that almost killed her, dude. You shouldn't date her."
When was this?
I smiled at him and said, "Okay, I will try." He replied back, "Good luck, dude. You will need it." "Thanks, dude," I say, while he turned back to a hedgehog. "Are you ready for school?" I say. "Yes, dude. I am one of the most popular guys there. Let's go." He smartessily says. Smartessily? Says we get back in the black Mustang to leave. Smartessily.
Smartessily?
Smartessily. He's very smartessly, okay? Just deal with the smartessly. End of chapter 1. Sorry, end of the first pedal. So
are we doing the full pedal?
How are you feeling of rose petals so far? Look, at the beginning of this, you did not think this story would contain a Britney Spears cameo. Okay?
I am shocked by the Britney Spears cameo.
There are 4 pedals.
And the Twilight parallels. You got a
Spears.
werewolf, you got a vampire, you got a...
You have a werehog. And then she said werewolf later, but first they said
No,
it was
the
a
other one was a
werehog.
werehog. No, one of the other ones was wasn't one of the other ones a werewolf first? I'm sure one of the... It's very confusing. I'm sure one of her friends was a werewolf earlier, or said. Also, did you notice how they ended up Sonic was suddenly the protagonist at the end?
It might be. Pedal 2. Fun.
Hydroelectric Boogaloo?
No, fun. The second pedal is fun. The first one was memory. The second one fun. March the 8th, 2019. Today, me, Sonic and Shadow were looking at the new things that were going on at high school today. When I looked, I screamed at Sonic and said, "Look, country-themed dance this year is 3 days. I love these, me, and Jackson enters in these things every year. If Shadow can't see the moon, we will be fine. I think
What?
I think I will be cloudy tonight, so he will be safe outside until we go to the dance. Okay, Amy. Okay, I sign." What? "Okay, I sign you guys. What you don't have to girl to join.
What?
Okay, I will sign you guys. What you don't have girl to join." I don't know. "I know a few girls. But how are you going to hide your fangs, Sonic?" Sadly, I say. "Yeah, Sonic. Unlike you, I can only turn unless the moon shows up," Shadow says when Mark McConnell comes in and snodly says, "So, you and Jackson is entering this year. Ha! You will lose because me and Sousa have trained to win. So you hope you have a handkerchief for when you lose. Haha. While writing."
What?
In brackets.
Oh, we said all that while writing. Okay.
Ah, he was writing. Yes. Mark walks off while Sonic holds me from beating him up. Jackson walks in then and giving me a kiss on the lips. I look at him. I had to go to the after-school track meetings. I ran to the track meetings. So after Amy left, I asked... This is jumping between first-person characters so much that I don't know who I is anymore. After Amy left, I asked Jackson what up with Amy. He said, well, Amy is in my track, and they have meets every Wednesday. She is one of best on team. I thought, wow, that Mark guy need to be taught a lesson, maybe while Amy was on her track meet, so I go to the back of the school with Shadow behind me. We saw Mark smoking a cigarette. So I say nicely, you need to stop being mean to Amy Rose. So, what are you gonna do, you hoodie-wearing dumb freak? Shoves to the ground and Sonic lands in mud. Ha ha! You need your mother, Sonic gets up with bits. Sonic gets up with bits Mark. You falls to the ground. Shadow had watched helplessly and fearful of what the outcome. Crap, what am I going you need to do with Mark? I killed him. Shadow, get the car back here. We have the body out, so on body finds him. I think that's supposed to be nobody. Shadow grabs the Mustang and they lift the body into the car. Sonic just murdered a man. And drive to the mansion, and I left the body in the car. When it was night, Amy came to the house. Hey Sonic, hey Shadow, what's up? I happily said to the boys, do you remember that Mark guy? Well, I kind of killed him. I kind of killed him while telling him to stop being mean to you. On the good side, he won't be mean to you anymore. Sonic said.
Dying.
I want to see his body, please. Werewolf Shadow comes back out of the garage with the body, and he drops it to the ground. I look at it, and that is it. I screamed. July the 4th, 1910. I miss my old life on the farm, planting and celebrating to be free from the British. So do I. Fuck the Brits. I met Jay at the beach. Like she said, at 9 p.m. so we can walk. I went onto the beach at 9, so I saw him. I sat on the beach with him and said, so what do you want to talk about, bro? He said, if we are friends, can you tell me how you would feel about it when I die and you still are young or alive, dude? Would you miss me, bro? Yes, I would, bro. You're my friend, and I would miss and remembering you. I would feel miserable, I said.
Oh, this is definitely period appropriate dialogue.
Well, it's 1910.
Bro.
It's 1910.
There was a lot of bros in 1910.
Get with the 1910 vibes. Okay, thank you, dude. Let's go home, dude. I need to go home. We got in the car. Yeah, we did. We got in the 1910 Mustang, and when Jay drove on a green light in 1910, a car hit Jay's Camaro. The car spinned and I blacked out. When I woke up, Jay was face first in the airbags in 1910. I checked his pulse and I had run off, so I couldn't be blamed for it. As the passenger? That futuristic 1910 technology.
This is brilliant. Airbags, Camaros.
That's a good point, Thorn. Alternate realities always have Nazis. Okay, so we got in the car, and when Jay drove on a green light, a car hit Jay's Camaro. The car spinned, and I blacked out. When I woke up, Jay was face first in the airbag. I checked his pulse, and I ran off, so I couldn't be blamed for it. You were the passenger. He could have just taken out his cell phone in 1910 and called an ambulance. When I checked to see when the police came, they checked him, they placed a sheet in him, I cried for him, and we had been friends for about 3 years. Sonic's flashback ending. March the 9th, 2019. Present day.
Oof.
Triple quotation marks. What is wrong with you guys? Why would you say this? Sigh. That wasn't Mark that we buried. That was Mr. Callahan, our history teacher.
What?
Dun dun dun.
They murdered their history teacher? Hang on.
I told Sonic madly. Sorry, I didn't know. Crap Johnson is coming. I think there should be a comma in there. I didn't know Crap Johnson was coming, Sonic said.
What? Hang on. They killed their history teacher?
By mistake. Okay. He accidentally on purpose killed Mark for being mean. But it wasn't Mark, dun dun dun. It was Mr. Callahan, the history teacher,
But then
all
why
along.
did he say stuff like he was saying? And why didn't he go, I'm your fucking history teacher?
You don't know. Right. So, Crap Johnson is coming. Sonic said, hey Ames, party at the beach tonight. Wanna come it? Be the best party in the whole school, yeah. Sonic and Shadow can come too. Stacy and Nikki is coming to join. It will be so fun, Jack said. Fine. You have been weird lately. What's wrong, hun? I say. I have been sick, and people have been rude about it. We will see you at the party tonight. Bye, Jack said, running off while waving. Then Carla running the party, screaming, oh my god, I have to cancel the party because Callahan is missing, promised die.
What?
I think that's supposed to be presumed dead. Callahan is missing, promised die because someone saw him blow his boat up last night. Sorry to tell you that, Amy. Gotta go. Bye.
What?
Somebody saw him blow his boat up last night. Sorry to tell you that. Gotta go. Bye. Carla smiles and waves at Shadow and says, hey, Shad.
Did you hear our history teacher just died in a boat explosion?
Gotta go. Hey Shad, you want to come and hang sometime because I want to talk to you about something? Okay, I will, Shadow said. We left school. We weren't at school. When did we get back to the school? We were at the house that they were screaming about dead Mr. Callahan, who blew up in a boat.
I thought they went to a party.
The party was cancelled because Callahan.
Yeah,
Keep up, Sisco. What the hell? Right. So we left school hours later and went to Sonic and Shadow's home to talk to them. Sonic, you want to come with me to the party? I said happily. I thought the party was cancelled. And still kind of mad. Sure, I will come with you, Amy. I will be like your first date. Shadow can't because he will turn into a werewolf. Okay? I nod. Plus, then I put a dress on with a swimsuit underneath. Sonic wears shorts and a t-shirt, looking real cool. We go to Sonic's Mustang and we rode off. We get to the beach where the big surprise waiting for us is. They had hid a monster in the water. It was Jackson jumping out and kissing me saying, hey Bab, what up? Hope you have fun at the party. Here are my lips and a Sonic a beer. Go to someone is puking in the hut and I get to get them. Bye.
Hang on.
He walked around, talking to a few people, then told me to come over to him near the hut. He said, quotations, that he is worried about me. Is this really his dialogue? I don't believe this is his dialogue. That he is worried about me, and something might badly happen tonight. Amy, let's go home, please. It's okay. We will be fine. Sonic, I will make sure you are safe. But I is okay to talk to someone, okay? Don't be so shy. Inside Sonic's mind. I wish I could kiss Amy. She is so nice and pretty, but I can't be attracted like Jay or Kylie. I loved them and they were nice to me, but they died. I couldn't forgive myself. I am just trying to protect her. I love her, she is beautiful, but she is dating someone. But I am worried about her because she is nice, but I have feelings that she is in grave danger. Dun dun dun. See? Novus is late. Late to the party.
Yeah,
We are balls deep in Rose Petals by Joseph Nick Prowler. Don't interrupt the flow. Oh my god. We are deeply into this. March the 10th, 2019. It can't always be present day if the days keep advancing. March 10th, 2019. Present day. We're no longer in Sonic's mind, which was apparently the past. It is midnight, and we have left the party, and we went to Sonic's house to have a bit more fun. Oh dear. Is this about to get R-rated? Shadow was chasing me, saying, "I will eat you, Little Red Riding Hood." "No, you will never eat me, Shadow." To Werehog, I say. We had run around the house with Sonic, turns into Michael Jackson. And oh shit, this bit.
We got a Michael Jackson cameo. Who saw it coming?
We had run around the house with Sonic, turns into Michael Jackson and says, "Hee, shalom." With me, little girl. Oh. Remember the time, hee. Ha ha, are you trying to be Michael Jackson? Ha ha, you're not Michael Jackson. You wish you were Michael Jackson. Ha ha, Sonic yawn. Oh, I am getting sleepy. I could stay here for the night, please. Shadow says before Sonic can even think about it, "Sure, you can lay on the couch and you and Sonic can watch a movie together. Okay, I will be in my room and read or draw. Okay, bye." 3 E's. I think that is an appropriate length for bye.
We are reading a Sonic fanfic.
Sonic's in it.
Sonic,
but it's set in San Andreas, but that doesn't seem to come into the plot at all.
It
just happens to be set in the Grand Theft Auto universe.
With Sonic is a vampire and Shadow is a werewolf. Werehog. And I'm sure there was a werewolf at the start, but they seem to have disappeared.
They have many friends, and it is travelling back and forth through time. And yes, Michael Jackson. And Britney Spears have both made cameos. Sorry, I don't know. After all the stuff I've read today, I don't know why I blish makes me laugh as much as it does. I blish sitting on the couch with Sonic. He turned into a TV, and it was on CNN, so I went to sleep. What? When she fell asleep on my lap. I blush about it. She smelled like a bunch of roses when she fell in my lungs. I laughed in my head when she did a little snore. Do a little snore, Sisco. Nice snore. But for a moment in my mind told me to bite her. She would never be hurt, and she could live forever. But my heart said, no, don't do it. I bent over, but not biting her. I kissed her on the neck and said, "Good night, my beautiful young pink rose." I was watching some more TV, thinking what is wrong with me. She has a boyfriend, but I really must see that I have fallen deeply in love with Amy. Dun, dun, dun. Morning. Amy woke up. She got up and said, "Got to go, Jackson." Is he still Michael Jackson? No. "Got to go, Jackson. Tell me something cool for all of us to do for Saturday to Sunday, since today is Friday. We get school off due to the severe weather. I hope it will be fun for everyone, because it is vacation for spring break."
So it's spring break,
severe weather, and you're also supposed to be and not supposed to be at school. Bye, Sonic. Oh yeah, I want to take you to a coffee shop with someone I need you to meet, okay? Meet me at 2:30. Bye. I left to go, Jackson. I went to the big boy and Jackson... What? I left to go Jackson. I went to the big boy and Jackson said, you know how all of us wanted to go to Los Angeles? Well, I had gotten 3 hotel rooms for all of us to go to LA. So, we are going to Los Angeles, baby. I screamed and hugged him saying, oh my god, you are so nice, I love you so much. You are such a big lug. Flourish of music. End of pedal 2, entitled Fun. It's true. Okay, so the story so far, Sisco, summarise.
Oh, I've got no fucking clue. Something about Sonic is a vampire and all his past loves keep dying.
He's a vampire shapeshifter who can turn into televisions and Britney Spears and Call of Duty characters and Michael Jackson.
I think
probably.
I think it again. It's a Twilight thing where he's 16, but he's been 16 for like 200 years.
Third pedal. Fear.
Oh, how many pedals is it?
4. We've already answered that. Relax. March the 10th, 2019. I got to get Sonic now, Jackson. I had a meeting, set him with you know who. So I have leave here. Is the money for the food? Gives money and a kiss to Jackson. Bye. I said to my boyfriend Jackson. Oh shit, yeah, she's actually dating Jackson, isn't she? I forgot about
Yeah, she's dating Jackson.
That's not Michael Jackson, that's other Jackson. Okay.
But you said Jackson was werewolf. I'm sure at one point Jackson was a werewolf.
He may be?
Or maybe just a wolf.
Oh yes, Jackson was just a wolf in a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
And Sonic's a hedgehog in a hoodie.
Vampire in a cape,
Yeah.
hoodie. Right, okay. Right, I'm back up to speed now. Jackson is a wolf. Space, full stop, space. Space. I run out of my car quickly to start it. That's how you start cars. I got to get in the car to start it, and I was off to the coffee place downtown where I was supposed to meet Sonic to show him my friend. So I was there around 2:25. I put on a little more blush so I could look nice before I saw them. I get inside, I saw Cole, an old friend of mine. He now owns the coffee shop. So he told me about... Okay, I need to stop there because I was about to burst out laughing again. So I saw Cole, an old friend of mine. He owns a coffee shop. So he told me about a psychic person, but I meet him when he helped me and remember something that happened a long time ago. I needed to remember to my mother's friends so I can talk to her a little more. Full stop, space, full stop, space. Sonic came in at 2:35, so I was a bit upset to thank gosh that they closed so Cole will get him to let me see Sonic's past. I'm getting confused. So then he came out. Oh, well then, that's the end of the romance, isn't it?
Well, now he can romance the werehog.
Alright, I'm getting lost in these words. They're not making much sense to me now. So then he came out, and it was my pal Silver. And he said, "Oh, it is you, Sonic. How are you?" While rolling his eyes. "What do you want?" "It isn't him, Sliv. It is me. I just need me to see Sonic's past. He doesn't remember most of his past anyway. Plus, I want to see the secrets about him because I want to see if I can trust him, okay, Silver? So please be nice to him," I said nicely, and hopeful. Sorry, I completely misread that. "Okay, but something you see in him you won't want to see, Amy. He is not a... He hasn't host a good past." Cole grabbed the calming things in the case. You know what happens. It's not dildos, it's not dildos. Okay, so he's grabbing the calming things from the case because he know what happens. Silver was fearful about what I was going to see. Cole drops a kit and said, "Here, dude, Amy, my best friend, you are, are you sure you want to do this? I mean, this is dangerous. You might find some things upsetting." I say, I will be file, Cole. I have to know more about him. "Ready," Silver said, as a wind pulls us into Sonic's past. Let's go, I thought. She doesn't have to speak in the wind. Okay. We're finally going to get some of the answers here.
Okay.
March the 3rd, 1897. San Andreas.
Sonic on his mobile?
Possibly. I saw Sonic running, and I saw him screaming mother. While run through the forest that everybody said never go in, he was running from the monster that took his parents. We've already seen this. We've already read this. He was trying to find them in the forest. It was about 4 miles now, and Sonic had gotten ahead until he saw her. She was a vampire. She had flown at him, lifting him, then bit him, saying, "Now you are one of us." I screamed, "No, don't do it." She was gone now, and he cried, while going to a shelter to hid there so he could be safe for 100 or 1,000 years. So I looked at Silver and said, I wish that had never happened to him. Poor Sonic. I wish he had a normal life instead of living like this. Okay, July the 4th, 1910. Hollywood, California. Hey Carlos, how are you today? All ready for today? Hey Carlos, how are you today? All ready for 2 Space Day? Sonic said kindly to Carlos. It's the 4th of July. Oh, so it is. And the day we were free from the British and gained a new founded country, Carlos said. Yeah, but I have to tell something that I've kept secret for 5 friendships. I'm a vampire, Carlos. Sorry to tell you, Sonic said sadly. Sonic, you're like a brother to me, but you know that my family hates vampires, so sorry, we can't be friends. I have to save your life now, and fast. What? Sonic runs super fast away while Carlos cries, saying, "Goodbye, hope you don't die."
Well, at least he hopes he doesn't die. I mean,
It's true. He hopes he doesn't die.
it's a very subtle take on coming out as they're just trying to explore the whole coming out thing. It's like gay without being gay.
No homo?
Yeah.
Homo no homo? April the
all the
14th,
subtext, in the subtext.
1920. You want to be a vampire, Kylie? Are you sure? I thought you didn't want to live forever. Your family, friends, your future. Why put that to be like me, doomed forever? Sonic said to a young female fox. Because I want to be with you for eternity. Plus, I will be young forever. Plus, I love you, my boyfriend.
Did they literally just copy paste?
They may be padding some of the middle of their story with
with their old story.
With the same story. Sonic had a girlfriend. Okay, hang on. Sonic had a girlfriend killed and had to bury her, I said to Silver. Yes, he was lovely. His parents died and his friend has to stop seeing to save his life, but some of the newer ones are sad, Silver says with a grin look. What?
I'm assuming he was going for grim.
Oh, so he's not grinning at him. December the 15th, 1955. Dayton, Ohio. We're really getting around the US here. Sonic is running with a little girl. She is in a winter dress. She had red cheeks and a heart-warming smile. Mr. Sonic, why do you come out later in the day and at night? Sonic looked at her for a while, then smiled and said, Well, vampire, can only come out at dark, so we can feast humans, but you, Elizabeth, you are too cute to have my vampire cave, woo.
What? To take to my vampire?
Ah, too cute to take to my vampire cave, woo.
Too cute to take to. That's a lot of twos, and the first one's incorrect use of two.
Hee, stop it, or you will get a stake in the heart or a snowman attack.
Can I also point out the way they've spelt steak every single time is
a meat steak.
That's what the father put in her. He literally fed her a steak.
He inserted a steak.
Have this beef, it's delicious.
I looked at Sonic being nice to that little girl and thought, what happened to the little girl? May the 23rd, 1960, Dayton, Ohio. The little girl is 12 years old and is hugging Sonic while saying, Goodbye, Sonic. I have to go to New York with my parents. You are a good friend of mine even since I was little. I wish we could have more. I know so much about you. I will remember you. Goodbye. Elizabeth runs off. Goodbye, old friend, Sonic said with a big smile. Good old friend? She's 12. You could have known her for exactly 12 years if you were there at her birth. Waving as the car drives off. Well, at least it's the 60s this time. Oh no. Here, this can't be happening. I never wanted to see her again. The funeral, Silver said, sadly, looking like he was about to cry. What? June the 24th, 2008. Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for the dress. You are so kind. And Sonic, you are such a charmer. But we better hurry back. Silver is wanting me to look nice for the date, but you are going to a poker match tonight at the Palace Resort to try and win a match, said a young woman. Yeah, but Katie, I want to win it all for us. Cole is going to try and help me win so you and Silver can finish culinary school and you guys can go to New York and me and Cole can live a life in style plus to make us rich. Sonic said. Yeah, but don't lose all your money like you did that the slotters. Smiles. Let's go. Though this shortcut, we can take the car faster, okay, Sonic? Okay, Katie, my little smarty, said Sonic. They were walking down the alley and a mugger comes out. Gave me everything you got or you are dead. The mugger says, aiming the gun at Sonic in a brown leather coat, blue pants and black sunglasses. He tackles the mugger, but he fired it. It hit Katie. The impact knocked her back and she falls to the ground. She is bleeding out. She was hit in the chest with her white dress staining red with her blood. She says, I hear Penny Lane by the Beatles. I won't make it. Tell What?
That's what everybody hears when they're dying. It's a graphic
I'm
sign.
definitely dead because I hear Penny Lane by the Beatles playing. Okay. Goodbye, Sonic. Tell Silver I loved him so much. Sonic presses her neck. Sonic presses her neck and screamed, No! He bit her. She woke up. Sonic, I am alive. What did you do to save me? Well, I bit you to live, but I can cover the mark, he said nervously. Oh, so I die. You brought me back. Now let's get in the car, Katie said. 31st of July. 31st of July, 2008. New York City, New York. No! Get out now, Katie, you dirty lie skank. You lied about me. Sonic not biting you, Silver said. Oh god, he's turned into Tommy Wiseau. Silver said, you lied to me even when we went to culinary school.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Well, sorry that I didn't want to tell you, honey. I was scared. Why are you so upset about me? Katie said. You killed a mugger by draining his blood, so that is why, because you never told me. I never wanted to see you after the funeral. I will be going back to San Andreas now to live without you. So bye, baby. Silver slams the door. Alright. I don't know. That was 2008. The next one is in a different font. I don't know. What you pushed away, your only love, because you scared of her, Silver, and you left school, a caring girl, and stopped talking to your best friend. You should be mad at yourself, Silver. You can't just blame Sonic for it. He didn't wanted her to die, so you can blame him. I rarely said. Really? It's true. You rarely say that entire sentence.
You really do. It's
that is the rarest sentence.
Yeah. Well, not as rare as Sonic turns into Britney Spears.
And then Sonic was Britney Spears. And then John was a zombie, and Sonic was Britney Spears.
Oh, I think Danny's having to run away for moments of sanity.
A year later, I got the word that she had committed suicide on herself. I never talked to Sonic again because she died. Also, Cole was going through depression because Katie was his sister, so I had to take care of him. I never forgave myself. Sorry, Sonic. Sonic hugged him and said, I am sorry. I am sorry I let her lead us down that path that we can be bros for Kate's sake. Yes, you butter munched. You are the best friend, Silver said with a kind of smile. Bye, Silver, we both said while driving away. Then Sonic bent over and kissed me on the head while I was driving, singing Imagine by Elton John, just like my father. I said to Sonic, sorry about your life. I will make sure your life now is perfect, okay? Sonic said, you already have. Right, so that was Pedal 3. Sorry, Pedal 3.
We're on to the final pedal.
Fear. On herself, that's right. She didn't commit it on other people. Fourth pedal. Love.
Oh.
Do you want to sing the first line of this, Sisco?
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition. Yawn and stretch and try to come to life. To jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5.
She cut a line, okay?
She's cut a line.
It's fine. It's fine, but you should have sung the whole thing, is what people are saying. That I was listening as me and Sonny Bo get back get back home as we are riding. Dolly was playing. I looked at Sonic and thought I am falling under him. I was driving for about 10 minutes when we got back to his home. I said, I hope you have a good night, Sonic. Bye. I drove off and headed home, and once I walked, I saw Jackson, and he was a bad mood. I looked like he had cried and hitted things. He walked to me and said, where you today, Amy? I would like to know. I said kindly, I was out shopping with Nikki and Stacy Jackson Bow. What's with all the bows? I kissed him and he seemed kind of distant. Amy, I had just got in an accident. I thought maybe you could help me, and I didn't want to die, Jackson said, nearly crying about it. I wanted to comfort him. I hugged him and said, sorry, Jack, I am here for you. But the phone rang, so I walked to pick it up, and happily said, hello, Rose residents. Who is speaking? Question mark. Sorry. Hello, Rose residents. Who is speaking? Hi, Miss Amy. We are sorry, but your parents had gotten into a car crash. Your parents were hit and killed by a drunk driver. Goodbye. I dropped the phone and bursted into tears. Why them? It could have been anyone. Why them? Why could it been me, not them? God, why? Why? I screamed. I picked up a cup and threw it, nearly hitting Jackson, then ran away and hugged him and said, I'm so sorry, babe. Your parents would have been proud of you to remember that they are in heaven. His parents? Don't cry. They wouldn't want you to be sad. They would just want you to be happy for going to the kingdom of heaven. 9 days later.
Oh, we're completely lost in time because they didn't start. How will we make sense of this? We don't know when this is.
This could be any day, any year, okay? I was walking to the funeral with Jackson. Sonic was there, and we kept me from crying my eyes out. My grandparents were going there. My cousin Michael had and said, I am so sorry about Aunt Alexandra and Uncle Miguel. I loved they too. I am here for you if you need someone to talk to you. I will try to do my best to help you, Amy. You are like a good friend. Well, no, she's your cousin, Michael said. I responded back, thanks, Michael. You are always there for me. I want you to meet a few people. This is Jackson, my boyfriend. He knew my parents for a while, and this is Sonic, my best friend forever. He's going to keep me from going crazy, ha ha. Hi, I am Michael. It's nice to meet you too. Well, my mom is calling. Bye, Michael said. After burying, I helped bury them and stayed for hours telling them everything, and I walked to the car with Sonic and Jackson to my house. I got to the house at 9 p.m, so said, you guys want to stay and watch a movie so we can have cake that my mom made? I just need someone to talk to. Sonic said, yes, Amy, I will. But Jackson said, sorry, I have to go back to my home or my parents will kill me, and you know how that is. Ha ha ha, yeah, I know, babe, love you, bye, I said, and he ran off. 10 p.m. I had watched a movie with Sonic for about an hour, and then I thought about what had happened if my parents just came in the house right now and saw me and Sonic watching a movie. They would be like, oh, sweetie, are you with another man? You are a bad girl. We will tell Jackson. I knew I wouldn't like Mom and Dad, shut up, he is a good friend, but they aren't here, so I just have to be happy like Jackson said. So I said to myself, I miss them so much, but I must keep going ahead in life. I am a woman. So I sit on the couch and get ready to sleep, and I say, good night, Sonic. You can leave me when you want. Bye. Sonic's point of view. I heard what she said, and I waited until she was asleep. I kissed her on the lips before I left. She was sleeping, and I said, good night, my love. I walked out the door and walked back into the door. But then I walked back into the home and I went down an alley. A man was standing there in camouflage uniform like he was in the military. He yelled, fight me, you dumb vampire, I am here to kill you. He had gotten me into a fighting position. I said, no, I won't fight you, sir. He threw a knife in my arm, so I got mad and started to fight him. He, now you are a man and you fight me, let's fight, the man said. He threw the first punch and it missed. I hit him in the chest and he slid back a little. He pulls a knife out and tries to slice me. He fails, but he did get a hit on me. What? I tried to uppercut him, but he grabbed my fist and threw me into a wall. He jumps and does a backflip and kicks me in the wall. I felt like a brick getting thrown at me. He laughed, saying he had more fun beating up true worthy fighter. I was trying to get up, but he said, oh well, I guess my toy is broken, goodbye. Before he did anything, I heard a gunshot and running, and then I got up, the military man was dead and the only person left. I stumbled in the house when Shadow, now a werehog, runs to help me. I felt Amy's love through for a moment and felt her soul. I hope she's okay. Question mark point of view. Ooh, we don't know whose point of view this is.
Oh yeah, sneaky.
Goal failed. He was shot before he finished him. Now I need the vampire dead. Now I need the rose before her beauty is gone. So you better send someone in to finish him, or I will do it myself, I said. I walked down the living room and get ready for school to talk to Amy. The end. What?
Is that the end of that? That doesn't seem like an ending.
Yes. Okay. Right, so to summarize, help us summarize this, Sisco.
Okay.
Amy is a 14/16-year-old girl. She's 14.
She's 14, yeah.
She's a 14-year-old girl. She lives in San Andreas, although that doesn't seem to come into anything at all except there might be crime around.
Yeah.
She loves
Well, there was a mugger at
Jackson,
one point.
who is a wolf. You know what?
Well, she doesn't seem to love Jackson. She seems to... He's her boyfriend, but she spends all her time with Sonic. Because...
Who goes very fast and has a black mustang.
And refuses to fight a guy who's trying to kill him, but has no problem killing a history teacher.
Oh no, the history teacher subplot never came back. I need closure on the history teacher.
No, you've had all the closure you're getting. He blew up on a... They faked his accidental death and disposed of the body. He's gone. He's never coming back.
Well, that was an epic read, so, you know, applause and...
Yes. Well,
I don't know if congratulations are the correct term, but applause for Joseph Nick Prowler. You have written an epic opus.
I just realised how weird that is as well. It was written... Because I assumed it was a girl writing it, putting herself as Amy in a very Twilight-esque way. But no, it's a guy writing it, making himself Sonic.
Yes, or maybe no. Maybe he's the guy whose point of view it was all along that sent.
He's the guy that attacked Sonic at the end.
Well, no, the guy who attacked him failed.
Someone else sent him. He was a military guy. He was trying to kill him, and then he gets ready for school.
I do have a question though. The guy sent a quote military guy to fight him, and he said Gull failed. Do you think he meant Guile? Was this a secret
Guile
Street Fighter crossover as well?
Or the guy.
The gay? He sent Gull to kill him, and he was a fighter in camo pants. I think it might have been a super secret Street Fighter crossover that we just didn't know. Okay, rose petals. Petals, sorry, I keep making that mistake. It's called rose petals. It's fine. Well, Danny missed the ending because.
So Danny is never going to know how it ends.
Well, up next, that is not going to fit on the book. Oh, the problems that is for me. Next up, we have a mix. Related is the best way to put it. Story. And the title is in no way going to fit on the book. So I'll just... Is it funnier if it just goes over the edge?
I think it's funnier if it just goes over the edge.
There you go.
What is it?
Detroit Becoming Human.
Detroit Becoming
by
Human.
Stephanie Nova Rose Allen.
Okay.
Which may or may not be a pen name.
Are you reading this one as well, or am I?
I'll read mixes. We need our soft jazz back.
Oh, yes.
We definitely need our soft jazz. Okay. Although, I suppose I can briefly show them that this one a lot shorter.
And not a giant block of text. It's only one chapter as well.
It's not a giant block of text. It's separate lines. Very short, separate lines. So, Detroit Becoming Human.
Become Human.
Sorry, Become Human. My mistake. By Stephanie Nova Rose Allen. Synopsis thereof. It has been a long time since the Android War have destroyed half of Detroit. Now we are settled, and no one, not even a human nor an android, moves in the abandoned city for thousands of years. Now comes a day of someone both a human and a robot, to come into the picture. Someone that has been used for a human and a robot, somebody that cares.
Sorry, what's this? What? What universe is this set in?
Detroit Become Human. It's the game that Mix has been playing.
Oh, okay.
We start. It is a deserted and peaceful day in Detroit. It's a deserted day.
This one?
Yes, it's a desert. It's a deserted. It's not devoid of people. It is very flavoursome and sweet. Nobody was walking, nobody was driving, and nobody was doing anything in the ruined city. Everything is just peaceful and silent. A little too quiet and a little too peaceful for me. The dewy green grass was overgrowing through the cracks of the cracked sidewalks. Vines appeared all over the abandoned buildings, and some look destroyed during the thousands of years that have passed, while some still look the same. The roads of the pavement that used to lead cars to drive were abandoned and deserted, and turned into desert. The electric light poles are bent and broken from all the years that have passed, and mostly because of an attack from a leftover flight. All changed before the Android War started when the robot holocaust started back in 2022. I was there the whole time to see it, to experience it, to endure it, to survive it.
That was very dramatic.
Sorry.
I appreciate
I
it.
was laughing at Thorne's Detroit become Michael Jackson, and then it was Michael Jackson.
I assumed that we were given a dramatic...
I was doing the dramatic, but then I noticed that and it ruined it and I started laughing. Oh, some of this is in bold.
You've missed a line if you're going to the bold line.
I haven't reached that yet. It was dreadful to be a slave, a mindless person, a misfortune, a cyborg that slaughters people that are living instead of living like the average living person would. Fucking hell. A mindless killing machine. It makes me sick. I hated that ever since. Now, after 13 years have passed, forgetting the dreadful past, assuming it was just a flaw, people in Detroit started making androids. Androids that cook for us, work for us, love for us, do everything for us as we enjoy relaxing on the couches, our families, as we buy more and more not to be alone.
Question.
Yes?
Love for us?
Sex bots, thank you.
But is that just... I'm supposed to have sex with my wife. Here's an android.
I can't be
I
bothered.
can't bother.
Android, you do it. To me, it is just excruciating to see, hear, and experience it. At the moment, an android that used to be them decided to become a freer of what I call them. It means a free person, a free animal, a free being that wants to be free. They call them deviants. I am one of them, but alas, I can't be one of them. I am one of them, but alas, I can't be one of them. Of course you can't. I am different to them. They didn't understand what else lurks within the secret of life, of what Mother Nature gives us. We accepted that, but sometimes they slaughtered us. But what does makes us like androids too? We work, we cook, we achieve almost all the things similar to the androids. Yes, we don't live long as androids do. Survive much as androids do. Dangerous wounds like androids do. And work as hard as them, but we do want to feel free like them. We do want to be loved like them. We want to be more than we seek. We want our own stories to tell. My name is Stephanie Nova Rose Allen, and this is our story.
Well, that seems like the start to something. Hi, Boreas. I'm willing to bet this is the weirdest thing you've ever clicked into on stream. We are reading bad fan fiction. That was from Detroit Become Human for Meeks.
That was for Meeks. Yes, we asked, and yes, the title doesn't quite fit, and I didn't want to resize it, so, you know, it just sits down there. Where else would it sit on the book? Okay, so obviously I've never played Detroit Become Human. I know Meeks loves it.
I'm assuming Meeks got everything about this and knows it. Just thinks it's the most...
Is it thousands of years after an Android uprising? Because I like the fact that it was thousands of years, and then it says now after 13 years have passed. So it's 1,013 years.
Yes, it was thousands of years, then 13 years.
Yeah, so it's technically 1,013 years after the Android uprising. Yeah, thereabouts. Thereabouts, Matt, you're absolutely right. Okay, so, short and sweet. Oh, crap. I just looked at the one that's coming up next. And we actually have to choose, because we have... The person is very prolific, the next one we're going to, so we have to choose some of their stories, because they've written thousands of the goddamn things. They're giving you a run for your money, writer, man. So there you go, Meeks.
I don't think I could ever produce something like this.
That was for Meeks. Right. So, yes. A short applause, please, for Stephanie Nova Rose Allen. I'm sure that's a pen name, but that's absolutely fine. You don't have to let the people know who we are. So let's get rid of the book while we choose what's next. Now, 40 stories spanning Marvel, Resident Evil, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, DC Universe, Naruto, Sword Art Online, Spawn, The Walking Dead, Hack/Slash, Terminator, Umbrella Academy, Hellboy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and many.
Sword Art Online.
Yes.
How do you write a story about an art program?
Yes. Right, now, the first one of these...
Oh, it's an anime, okay.
Oh, that's fine then, that's absolutely fine. The first one of these that I was suggesting we might want to do, related to the Petals one, Pedals, because that was a super secret Street Fighter crossover that we weren't aware of. What the hell is it? He does not name these things very well. One of these, somewhere. What?
Is it on the list of the ones you sent?
No, because I just sent a list to this. I thought we could find it in between, and now I'm finding it very difficult to find it in the giant amount of stories that he has. No. Although I will be reading those two later.
You will?
No. Well, somebody did have a specific game in mind, and that is one of the ones for the game. Where the fuck can't I find it now? Ah, there it is. Right. So, it's because it wasn't named anything I would have ever thought of for it to be related to that thing. So, next up, let's just shift that around a bit.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Doesn't have to be, ever, but we will make it as perfect as we can. Our next literary masterpiece, Edward Wong by Shocker Fire MP3. Now I need your help on this one, Sisco.
Right. Oh, is it? Oh.
Although I don't know how many of these characters you're going to have to play, because this is written, I'll let people take a gander, very oddly. It's basically just
It's a script.
conversation. It is. It's a screenplay. So, all right. I will give the synopsis because it's a hell of a read. Edward Wong. Edward was an Air Force pilot trained by Charlie Nash and married to Junie, a doll of Shadowloo. He and Charlie Nash were killed by M. Bison, now resurrected by Colin and Arian. He has AIDS. Charlie Nash quests to kill M. Bison while also searching for his wife Junie, as they would team up with such as Rashid and Jury. Together they work for Colin to destroy Shadowloo. This is a Street Fighter story.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Okay. Well, I recognise Bison as the
It's
Bison.
adventure and sci-fi.
Will it be as bad as the movie?
You can be Edward.
Okay, I'll be Edward.
And I'll switch to Junie halfway through. Oh, and then you can be Helen.
Okay, I'll be Edward and Helen.
You're Edward and Helen.
And you're Charlie and Junie.
This story of a boy who grew up to be the fighter, but died at the hands of the evil, but was given a second chance. Everything is owned by their respective companies. Warning, this story may contain mature content as we begin the story of Edward. The day begins as Edward Wong, an Air Force pilot, was training one day to fight in a tournament as Charlie Nash came to him. Charlie. Still wanting to be a fighter?
Edward. Yeah, it is my dream, and plus I want to be like you.
I know.
Who?
I know. Even though you are rookie, you still got strength as I did, taught you everything you know.
Yeah, this is Sonic Boom move you taught me really helps me with your fighting style.
Indeed it does. Come on, we got mission.
Wait, I need to go see someone.
All right, take it, call, because you might not make it back.
Edward then calls his wife as she pets their cat as she picks up the phone and answers. Edward, hey honey.
Hey honey, how are you?
That's Junie, by the way.
Junie, yes. Well, they know it's his wife. Come on.
I am good, but better with you.
Oh, you are so sweet always. I got news.
Me too, as this mission we are going to take on Shadowloo, the same organization who turn you into a slave and your sisters.
Yeah, I will never forget the day you saved me, though you wanted to save my sisters too. It was too late.
Yeah, I am sorry.
No, it is all right. If it weren't for you, I will never get to live a life and dream of and be even married to you.
Yeah, Ken Masters gave me advice on how to date.
Ken gave him the advice on how to date. Same here with his wife, Eliza Masters. She taught me how to date.
Yeah, eventually we got married and I became an Air Force pilot to be like my teacher, Charlie Nash, but most importantly, provide for you.
I am so happy you got the life you want so you can provide for someone else as well.
Who?
The pregnancy test Eliza gave me came positive. We are going to have child.
Edward then cries tears of joy as Junie does. I am going to be a father?
Me, a mother.
Edward then leaves for the mission as Junie hangs up the phone as she smiles, hugging their cat as Edward and Charlie went to confront M. Bison as their allies destroy the base.
Wait, am I
You're
in?
Charlie now.
Bison, you will die here tonight.
Bison, how foolish of you and a rookie to face a powerful ruler, as you will both die trying.
Oh, you're also
I'm also Edward. Edward, we will see about that, Bison.
Edward and Charlie fight against them Bison, but he has proven to be much stronger than them, so Edward calls for backup as Charlie distracts him as Edward gets back to fighting with him, but in the end they were defeated as M. Bison laughs. Wait, that's me, right?
You're Charlie, yeah.
You're in for it now, Bison. Our backup is here.
Edward, yeah, they're getting ready to fire. Wait, what are you doing, Charlie?
Edward then takes the bullets for Charlie as he falls to the ground and dead as Charlie gets shot too, then Bison throws them into the water.
Edward, what happened? What happened? Where am I?
No. What happened? Where am I? I'll be Helen, I guess. Rest. You had so many broken bones, but we saved you.
We got shot. You got...
We got better.
Edward, Charlie Nash, what about?
We took care of him too. The number. We took care of him too. What was the last thing you remember?
I've completely lost. Where are we?
Yeah.
Edward, I remember Bison. He got me and Charlie killed.
Indeed, I believe there was a man such suited and better to him to rule as I want Shadowloo destroyed, as Charlie Nash will kill him.
What about me? Will I ever be able to fight again?
You will, as you will aid Nash to kill Bison, and you will get what you want.
I want to see Junie, but first Shadowloo must be destroyed.
Indeed, now rest, and tomorrow we will hunt down Bison. As Helen closes his coffin, hang on.
What?
He's not dead. As Helen closes his coffin, as Edward just closes his eyes and sleeps, that is the end of Chapter 1. I hope you boys and girls enjoy the story. Leave a comment on what you'd like to see next. Chapter tune in time for Chapter 2. Yes. I kind of want to leave a... Oh, June the 6th. This was published on June the 6th. I kind of want to ask for more. We need more. We need more. Okay. I guess I can ask... Jesus Christ. He has a lot of crossovers. You know what? We'll go all in on this one. Because Why wouldn't we? Gerardo. That's Gerardo. Okay. I love the fact that all his titles, all his titles are a name.
You've added a G to the end there.
What, you don't think it's 900 grams?
No.
Okay. Oh, what's not going to fit again? Is it funnier if it doesn't fit? Close enough. Gerardo Muller, also known as the T900 by Shockerfire MP3. Gerardo was taken as an infant and was created by Skynet to take a human of their own and make him, as he was sent to kill John Connor, but instead got hacked and became friends with him as he falls in love with T-Girl, who is a thief but a member of the Resistance, as he helps John Connor battle Skynet and build the Resistance to save humanity from machines. Right. So, we're up to speed now. Excuse me, I need to...
No. It's not T-Girl like that makes it's T-Girl.
It's T-E-A girl.
Yes, as in a girl who brings the tea.
As in tin. Oh, hang on, we've got an opening. This is the story of a boy who was created to aid the 800 to terminate Sarah Connor. No, you just said he was made to befriend. Okay, whatever. But instead got hacked into protecting her son, John Connor, warning this story may contain mature content as we begin the story of Gerardo. As the T-800 was sent back in time to terminate Sarah Connor, then Skynet started building another T-800 as they would make this look younger as they created him and sent him back in time, where they hoped John Connor would be defenseless as he was in high school. As he knocked out a bully and stole his clothes, they found John Connor. Has John Connor knocked out the bully and stole his clothes? You can be John.
Oh, you're going to try and do an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent?
Not for Gerardo. Gerardo's clearly not a Arnold Schwarzenegger type. He's too nice for that.
John, hey there. Are you a new student?
Are you John Connor?
Tell me your name first.
I am Gerardo. I am Gerardo Muller. It is a pleasure to meet you.
You had to make it weird.
It wasn't already weird.
Yeah, still not telling my name. If you're looking for John Connor, he won't come out unless you earn his trust.
Affirmative. As John Connor leads to class, so does Gerardo Muller. In order to blend in and find John Connor, he wonders how the T-800 is doing to terminate Sarah Connor as he relieves a text message. Do you want to be the T-800?
Okay.
Text messaging Gerardo.
Do I have to try and do it in a...
You can. It's a T-800. You can do it any which way you want. But yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger. You could do the Arnold
Meeks wants to hear it. Go on. It's a text message, so blink, blink. Come on.
You have been assigned to terminate John Connor. That is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. I can't do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Gerardo text back. Wasn't I made to help you?
Negative. I do not need assistance from a lesser model.
So I have to pretend to be a teenager until you come and terminate her son.
Affirmative, as we both have our missions, so do not fail.
I won't, sir.
So make haste, soldier.
Yes, sir. As they both went offline from each other, Gerardo Muller tries to blend in the best he can until he finds out which of the students are John Connor, as John Connor suspects something is different about him as he saw him appear and took a bully into the locker and came out with his clothes. Okay.
Oh, I'm John, aren't I?
Yes,
hey,
you're John.
John, hey, Geraldo, maybe we can hang out and be, a little one-on-one.
Is John hitting on Gerardo? I get your language and phrases. as I am sure we would have fun, won't we?
Yeah, just make sure to meet me after school and maybe I can help you find John Connor.
Then it shall be done. As Gerardo Muller enters his house, he gets knocked out and gets taken into a room as John Connor hacks and decides to give him free well as Gerardo Muller wakes up. What happened?
I knocked you out. I knew you were a Terminator, a machine sent from the future to kill me, Mom. Told me about you machines.
What about? What? What about?
Oh, your friend, yeah, Mom destroyed, but he did come back again. But now he's on our side, and you too.
Why you want me on your side? I was made to.
It's okay, I know, but it wasn't you, it was Skynet. It was your programming, and being a machine means you have to follow the program, but now you are fine. That's right, you are free.
You're freeing. I can do what I want. Be what I want to be.
Yeah, I know you weren't the best model they made, but now you can help me and the resistance in the future to stop them. What a dick!
I know you're shit.
just.
I want to, but they will just make another me once I am destroyed, and I would just be back to terminate you.
I know you're scared, but I promise we are best friends. And we have to look out for one another, okay?
Okay, as I already know so much about the world.
Yeah, and with that knowledge, it can help you become a man you want to be.
The resistance. I must help at all cost, while we are also protecting you, John Connor, my new best friend. As Gerardo Muller and John Connor grow up together, they started forming the resistance and fought though any machine was sent at them as Gerardo Muller grew to be a better machines. As one day at base he saw a girl, he admired her. John, who is she?
Oh, her. She is a rookie.
She is a trainee.
For a second, I thought that was something very different.
She's a she is transgendered.
Yeah, she lost both her parents to the machines.
So she is now with us.
Yeah, she really misses them.
Does she has a name?
Yeah, it's...
She, are beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, she is. Hey, if you like her, go talk to her then.
Hey, I am Gerardo Muller, the second in command of the Resistance. What's your name?
My name is T, and wow, you're hot. The voice got you, did it?
And the exchange. My name is T, and wow, you're hot. Thanks, and you are beautiful.
Thanks. Unless you count this T-1000 arm, then thanks.
What?
What?
I think it makes you cool.
Wow, thanks. I lost my arm, so I took this one, and I made it my new one.
We could be together if you want.
But aren't you a...
No, I am like you. Skynet took me as an infant and replaced some of my human parts with theirs.
Wow, I am so sorry.
It's okay as long as I am with you and John. There is nothing I would not trade my life for. Sorry, nothing I would trade my life for.
Same here for you, Gerardo.
Oh, you're also John.
Oh, you two would make a cute couple.
As they both blushed as John Connor smiles as they trained as T was sleeping and John Connor working on his laptop, Gerardo Muller then looks a picture of his future self as he smiles knowing one day it will happen. Full stop, end scene.
Nicely timed.
End scene. Oh, we haven't applauded.
Yes, this is
Shocker fire.
this is
Shocker
a masterwork.
It was also rated M for mature. Gerardo Muller, also known as the T900. Right, well, we could spend all night reading just his, but I think we'll do one more. Holy shit,
Yeah, it's already...
it's 20 to 11. We'll do one more of his because they're always gold. I'm sure I saw a Buffy the Vampire Slayer one, which I'm sure Meeks would also appreciate. And then we'll move on, maybe to Danny's. I'm not sure what's next.
Rated P for perfection.
Oh shit, the next one's the one that killed us. And you're reading the Teen Titans sex one, just so you know.
Why?
So enjoy the Buffy the Vampire Slayer one, because it's all that is protecting you currently from that. Okay. He's changing up them names a little.
Still keeping them long, so it's still not going to fit.
It's still gonna go over the edge.
In fact, it's going to go more over the edge. It's even further over the edge.
Maybe. It's taking liberties.
Oh,
it's taking liberties with the
okay.
author's intent, but maybe, just maybe. John Cooper, The Vampire Slayer, by Shockafire MP3. Okay, here we go. John was... Oh, fucking hell. John was a half vampire and a half human vampire slayer, as he is friends with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as he is in love with a demon named Anya, as he is a mentor to Rupert Giles, as he works in a fast food restaurant, and a high school student, as he vows to protect humanity from vampires, as he is a vampire slayer like Buffy Summers.
Wow, that is one long...
That is one long sentence.
One long sentence with 0 punctuation.
It had a full stop at the end. This is the story of a boy who was the son of a Count Dracula. Who was the son of a Count Dracula and a human mother. After his mother's death, he went to school and met Buffy. Soon they team up to become vampire slayers, warning the story may contain mature content. As we begin the story of John. You know you want to be Buffy, right?
Okay, I can be Buffy.
As John Cooper, who was working in a fast food restaurant with Buffy Summers, as he wanted to work with her as partners while also making money for college as they served the customers their orders.
Buffy. John, how have you been lately?
I'm fine, Buffy. Just need to focus on my future.
Yeah, I know. And still it has been a long time since we had a normal life.
Yeah, but remember, we work in secret. No can know about you or me, or what we do. Also, who we work for.
I know, and don't worry, as long as we protect people while also trying to provide for ourselves, I'm sure everything will be fine.
That's what our boss told me. The number. That's what the boss told me to. But yeah, still, we should probably get back to work.
But our shift is over. Let's go meet up with my friends.
Alright, I guess it couldn't hurt, right? After leaving the restaurant, they meet up with Buffy Summers' friend Xander Harris and Willow Rosenberg, as John Cooper just nods as Buffy Summers approaches them, but then he saw a vampire about to attack them as Buffy was about to use a wooden stake to slay. John Cooper slay it before she does, as he wink at her.
You are the fast type. Hey, John.
Yeah, my speed, I can probably slay more of them than you could.
Well, that is still yet to be determined.
Determined.
Determined. Oh, sorry, I'm too nice.
You are. Xander. Thanks for saving us, John.
Willow. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
No sweat. I just wanted Buffy's friends to be safe from those night walkers. Oh, it's me again. Xander. We can hang out sometime if you want, John. Nah. I'm good to have do something with Buffy, right, Buffy?
Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll be back to you guys later. Willow, take care, you two. Do you think they will be safe, Xander?
I'm sure they will. As John Cooper and Buffy Summers went to a house to meet up with Rupert Giles as they talk about what happened, as they know they work in secret, and saving her friends was under a different circumstance. I guess you'll have to be Anya.
I can be Anya. Anya. Hey, John.
Hey, Anya.
Talked with Giles again.
Yep, you know me and Buffy. Worked with him in secret.
We also both know each other's secrets too, John.
Yeah, I know. You know I'm half human and half vampire, and I know you're a demon.
We know everything about each other, huh?
Yeah, we do, but still, you're a pretty beautiful girl, aren't you?
Well, you're handsome yourself too, John.
I know every girl in school is attracted to them, but I don't feel loved, and I don't think they want the real me.
I'm sure you will find the right girl someday.
I have, but she doesn't know it. And no, it's not Buffy. It's someone else.
Well, she must be a fantastic girl, right?
Yeah, she is.
With 10 drinking in the
Glug,
background.
glug, fucking glug, motherfuckers. At school, John Cooper and Buffy Summers were in a class. Her friends, as she got a note saying, "Want to go out?" from Xander. John Cooper just smirked, seeing the letter, as he wanted to his locker and wanted to talk with Buffy Summers. Are you sure we shouldn't let them join us? Because they not like you.
What you mean? They are my friends.
You got chosen to be a slayer, as you have skills no other person in this school has.
You're right, but we need all the help we can get if we're going to battle vampires. I just realised it's Summer.
Buffy Summer.
Yeah, she's gone from Buffy to Summer.
It's not even Summers, unless this is a different character. But he was talking to Buffy Summers, so we'll assume it's Buffy. You're right. I just hope we are not putting them in dangers.
True's Xander's is way too well. You know, he might get hype about fighting vampires.
Yeah, sure might. What? As they went back to Rupert Giles' home, they brought Xander Harris and Willow Rosenberg, and Xander Harris was excited as he kicked the door open as Willow Rosenberg just shook her head. Wow, he seemed excited to fight vampires.
Willow, you don't know the half of it.
You're right. I don't.
Buffy, John want to tell them who you really are or what you are?
I guess I should, if they're going to be teaming up with us.
Don't I promise they will accept Yoi, as I do.
All right, Xander and Willow. I am half human and half vampire. Whoa, that explains how you run so fast, Xander.
Willow, why didn't you tell us?
Because Giles told it was best not to, and I agree, because I thought the two of yous would seize the other vampires when I'm not.
Buffy, of course you are.
Of course.
You're not John. You're a hero and a great student in school.
Thanks, Buffy.
I love that you're not John. You're not.
Of course
you're
not. You are not John.
Willow, so now what?
We should probably go and see Giles. You're in his house. You just kicked the door open. We should probably go and see Giles.
Buffy, yeah, we should.
All right, let's go, says Xander. Wow, he has a lot of energy. As they meet up and talked with Rupert Giles as John Cooper went outside to meet with someone as he enters their house with flowers as Anya Jenkins opens the door feeling a little tired but also surprised to see John Cooper at her house.
Anya, John, what are you doing here? What are
you doing here? I wanted to spend time with you while Buffy and her friends talk to Giles.
Sure, you Vans stay at my house.
Thanks. Since we are both outcast to humans, but allies to each other.
Yeah, me being a demon and you being part vampire.
Anyways, I hope you are feeling better living among human than I am.
I'm sorry if you're trying so hard to fit in because of your dark side, but trust me, one day we can be together as humans see us for who we are and not what we are.
I hope that day will come someday, as we even get another vampire on our sides, besides me.
Yeah, but don't worry, he is a good person who is suffering like you.
Yeah, humans are afraid of us when they never give us the chance to express ourselves for who we really are.
Still, at least Buffy accepts you and is friends with you, even though it was hard to get along at first but you two became friends over time.
Yeah, and she is really amazing friend to have.
I know. Anyways, I am feeling a little tired. Want to rest here.
Thanks. As Anya Jenkins was sleeping on her bed, John Cooper was a bat being hugged by her sleep, as he then takes out a picture of his mother as it rubs his bat hand on the picture, as he vows to be the man she hopes he'll grow up to be, puts it away, then falls asleep after kissing Anya Jenkins' forehead. End scene and story. What? As Anya Jenkins was sleeping on her bed, John Cooper was a bat being hugged by her in her sleep, takes out a picture of his mother and rubs his bat hand on the picture.
Yeah, we know exactly how you feel, Boreos.
I'm closing that down, lest we be...
Yes, no, I think we've definitely a little round of applause for
Shocker Bra.
Shocker Bra.
What's his name? Shocker
Fire MP3.
MP3. Fire Amazon stick. Okay. That is that. Moving on. This one is worse, I think. If I have any memories of this at all, I will read the Pokemans one. It's a fucking nightmare. You can read the sex ones because they're a fucking nightmare. That one, I believe, and it's all in caps.
Oh, that's a long story.
It's 1,000 words. It's one giant block of text. Oh, it's not Shockafire anymore. I'm putting it as in if Shockafire made it. Sorry, Shockafire. You did not write this at all.
No, Shockafire is very safe for work.
He is. And so is this first one. So nobody has to put the kids to bed. Although I wouldn't be letting your kids listen to these. This is in no way fitting in that. Little box giggity. The Doom of Darkness Recreation by Red Moon DGA. I'm clapping before it starts. I need a drink, my throat hurts. And given that there's no punctuation in this and it's one giant block of text. Oh no, I'm lying, there are punctuation bits throughout it. Right. There is no synopsis. It just basically says, this is mine, all the characters and Pokemon anime is owned by its respectful creators. The Doom of Darkness by Red Moon DGA. Yeah, author note. Yeah, I do have reposted the story, I writ it before. But this time a modded version of Doomed in Darkness. I thought would be a good story, but I don't think anybody like it, so I'm rewriting it right here from start to end. Good. 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 I know Danny's always interested. That is what I'm reading. That block of text.
And yes, Boreos, we are indeed all losing what little sanity we have left.
If you have
together.
sanity, you shouldn't be on our stream. Set in the world of Pokemans, as everybody is aware. To the entrance of Cerulean City Gym, a boy walked in. His appearance is black t-shirt and a black jeans with red shoes. His eyes were red and his hair, that was undercut, and the top long part of his hair fell to his right side covering his eye. His backpack is white, a green Pokeball logo on it. Soon a girl visible from the corner of the hallway heading straight to his direction. She has pink hair and dark blue eyes, a white t-shirt and blue shorts jeans. She saw his presence, then threw a smile. She never got a smile from his boy. "Do you are the gym leader, Misty?" he asked, a bit of frustration-like voice. "Oh, that is my sister, by the way. I am Lily," she introduced. "At least a hi, nothing from this stranger. Whoever you are, I need directions," he said, annoyed. Go left at the main pool, she's there, Lily awkwardly spoke. Nobody has ever been come to Cerulean Gym like this guy are. Lily sided to give him space. She darted at him until he turned the corner, disappearing from sight. Boys these days, she murmured. He arrived at the pool she had said Misty would be, and he saw who he was looking for, an orange-haired girl, training her seeking, not saw at him at all. There is 2 more girls, and Lily came to the room as well. Hey sis, new challenger, Lily announced. 3 other girls saw him, and they walked closer. Lily and the other 2 girls sat on the bench aside of the pool, a perfect place to watch the show. Welcome to Cerulean Gym. I am the gym leader, Misty, and I am water type person on trainer, she said, taking place at the center end of one of the pool, and the boy did the same at the other end. And suddenly the door opened, revealing Brock standing there. Hey Misty, long time no see, huh? Brock saw her ready to battle, and he spoke. Maybe I'll be the referee then, he happily said. Maybe I'll be the referee then. Of course you can. I thought you should be at your gym, Misty said. Dad's on service. I'm free until he sets up his rock collection tour, Brock said, climbing on the referee spot. Brock actually didn't notice the boy when he did. Brock waved a hi. So you 2 do know each other, Misty wondered. Stop bragging about. I'm in a hurry, the boy annoyed. The boy annoyed. That. Brock then started to explain the rules. So, this 3-on-3 Pokemon battle between the challenger Raymond from the region of Hoenn. You're a Pokemon's man. What's that?
That's a Hoenn.
A Hoenn? Okay, I'll say Hoenn. Hon. The Cerulean Gym leader, Misty. Only challenger is allowed to substitute the Pokemon any time. There is no time limits. Brock then looking both sides and said, start the match. Misty pulled out her Pokeball, throwing it at the water. Go Seeking, go Gengar, replied Ray in a commanding dark voice. Others saw the ghost poison Pokemon floating mid-air 2 feet from ground. It has best and powerful aura, that black smoke-like aura surrounding it, are red eyes that held rage inside along with a yellow hue. Wow, it's well trained for sure, Daisy said. Who's Daisy? Misty smirked, pointing her fish. Misty smirked, pointing her fish to charge forward. Seeking, use water gun. At the command to use water gun, Seeking used water gun, shooting straight at the floating ghost, but it never hit. A sudden dodge, then it darted forward, tackling the goldfish out of the water and then into the nearest wall, denting it deep. That's it, a fainted figure, the Seeking everybody saw next. Misty was shocked to see a Pokemon like this. Her Seeking had never been dominated like this before. She called her Pokemon back, sending out a star-like Pokemon. Brock asked if Ray changed his Pokemon, but he didn't need another one. With that, the second round starts, Brock said. Starmie, use Hydro Pump, Misty ordered. Before Starmie could even move, a powerful shadow connect with Starmie and send him to the side of the 3 girls are, just missing their heads like the Pokemon crashed against the wall, denting it as before. Misty and the others stood stunned, didn't even saw the attack. Misty recalled her second fainted Pokemon back. She gritted her teeth in pure annoyance. How is he doing that? A question with a simple answer, well trained. Sure. It's only 1 minute and 10 seconds since the match started, and she's already out of Pokemon? This is insane. The Gengar, still looking not tired at all. Her sisters cheered for Misty, reminding the orange-haired girl that she is better than that. You're better than this, Misty. Get your shit together. The final round is about to start. Will the trainer change his Pokemon? Brock asked. Ray just gave a shook as a no. Ray just gave a shook as a no by annoyance. And the final round started. Misty sent out yet a fast Pokemon she had. Ray calmed down before ordering. Show them who's strong, Gengar, Ray commanded. Then suddenly the ghost Pokemon came invisible like speed and moved at all sides of the serpent-like Pokemon and then came from top. Everyone's eyes widened as they saw hundreds of Gengar coming straight at Gyarados. Oh Jesus, this is getting pornographic. All with strength of hand holding back and showering it forth and crashing on the pool by the force of Gengar used. Soon it all cleared, letting everybody soaked. This is pornographic. In 5 seconds, Gyarados came. In 5 seconds, Gyarados came on top of the surface. He had fainted. Misty stunned, staring at nothing but in deep thought of how she lost in 2 minutes. She saw he calling back his Gengar, and she blinked rapidly, coming back to reality. She saw his one visible eye, it kinda terrifying. Now the time to hand over the real thing they are battling for, not a thing, a reward like showing the opponent of worthy of it, but this guy is a lot more than she expected. Brock cleared his throat, regaining his lost words. Now the winner of this Pokemon battle, the challenger from Hoenn, Raymond, the Pokemon trainer, Raymond, Brock announced. Lifting a small silver box, Misty pulled out a blue water drop-like badge thing ready to reward her powerful opponent who was impatiently waiting other side, not happy looking at all. Misty then came to his side handing the reward, the Cascade badge from the Cerulean Gym leader, Misty. Congratulations, Raymond. I hope I see you again, Misty said. Ray took the badge in his arm, turning away and left the battle spot. Ray never touched the doorknob. Okay, Ray never touched the doorknob. It automatically opened for him, following with a boy with a Pikachu, raven hair, blue shirt, white shorts. His cap is tilted backwards and the brown eyes full of cheerfulness. Misty smiled to see him. Ash, she called. Oh, this is why I'm here. Let you know he's coming. But I thought it's better like a surprise, Brock said.
What?
Yeah, sure. Ash then glared at the trainer in front of him. Ray is taller than Ash. And millions of times more handsome. Without a smile, Ray left, leaving everybody feel weird. Pretty show-off, I guess, Lily commented. Misty chuckled, then turned to face Brock. Hey, Brock, how you know him? She asked. I'm a gym leader too. He was there 2 days ago, and the same fate happened to me now, he exclaimed. One of the strongest trainers I've ever comforted in a gym battle. Better say, most powerful, she said. Oh man, I am supposed to be challenging him, you know. There's only a few that could match me, Ash proudly rubbed his nose. All of them end in laughter. So what's so funny? Ash asked. Dun dun dun! Pokemons! So, you know more about the Pokemons than I know about the Pokemon. Is that a faithful fan fiction, author fantasy insertion of a Pokemon's story?
What's the story? I mean,
What are you talking about? The badass, dark, taller than Ash Raymond kicked the shit out of everybody and is the best at Pokemons, and he only has a Gengar that makes Gyarados come or something.
maybe that's in the next story.
Speaking of the next story, from the same author, this author has 5 stories. Sorry, I'm laughing at the name of one of the stories already. Pokemon, the Pawn Within Me.
That's not the one I'm reading.
Well, here's the thing, right?
That's nearly 6,000 words. I'm not reading that.
I read the story over 6,000 words to open this here. Don't forget pedals,
Yeah, no, that took an hour.
rose petals. Perhaps I can throw it up to a vote of which one of these you read. Because there's technically... What is it? There's two here. There's a Teen Titans one, and there's a Pokemon one. Now, the Teen Titans one is only 1,972 words, which is clearly the one you want. There is also, however, a Pokemon porn here called Pokemon the Porn Within Me.
And the Teen Titans one's is called Sex Wars.
I was getting to that. But that one's like 6,000 words. So, question for chat. Does Sisco read a 6,000 word, 3-chapter long Pokemon pornography story, or a 1,900 words Teen Titans pornography story? I know which one he's hoping for. They do sound awful, Meeks, but then that's what this is all about. Do you want to do this one next? Because, I mean, we have Meeks and Matt's story, Danny's 2 stories, whatever the hell these stories are.
I'll let's see. Okay, I'll do this one.
You want to do the Teen Titans? Wow, okay, let me get things
Okay.
set up then, hang on. So, you are reading Sex Wars.
I hope this doesn't get us banned.
Hang on. Nowhere near ready. Right, okay. Same author. Oh, this one will fit.
Is that the first line?
Bing! Sex Wars by Red Moon. Oh, Danny. Red Moon DJA.
Oh, this doesn't look good. This does not look good.
It's the same author, of course it's not good. The only difference is this is a straight up porno, whereas the last one was a fantasy insertion for Pokemons. I'm gonna grab a drink. Take us away, Sisco.
Okay, Sex Wars by Red Moon DJA. And the author's note reads, "You know I love Teen Titans series. It is interesting but mainly great. So here is my lemon fiction. You guys think, why do I write only lemons? It's not I like it to be write it. Posting it because so many friends like it, so enjoy. Warning, this contains so many sexual contents, anal, vagina, oral, cream pie, and hardcore. Oh god. Teen Titans, the War of Pleasure. Stop.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back.
Starfire X Robin. She bucked up and down. Using her power, she's going on faster. On Robin's cock, who is laying there, panting heavily, her pussy engulfing his cock with very ease, while a happy, satisfied look on face. Robin laying on his back naked, and Starfire bucking up and down naked as well. Robin got stunned as she showed her naked... What?
What?
Holding a magazine.
Robin got stunned as she showed her naked body holding a magazine and asked him to do.
And asked him to do like that. Here he is, came 5 times, and still Starfire grinding their groins.
Grinding their groins is an amazing
I'm not sure
line.
get past the first paragraph.
I'm getting that on a t-shirt, Sisco.
Her strength giving him pain when she comes, and due to her heat energy, his cock burning inside her pussy. She's still going. She felt his load and pulled herself up to make the seed fall down to the bed. His cock lifelessly fell to his body. She took the jelly-like cock in her... Oh, God. Into
You
her
chose to read this one.
I did not choose to read... You picked both of these stories and told me to pick which one. I picked the shorter one. Starfire, I can't do it anymore, he said weakly. She stroked it and sucked it. But it's still weak. Robin really wanted to fuck her, but he's weak. Then an idea poked. He got out of his room for ravens. He begged her for something. Half hours later, she said yes. Starfire looking at the magazine, then Robin entered the room. Are you ready for the fun, Star? He asked. She widened her eyes to show his cock is rock hard and big.
I don't think you're going to be able to finish this.
I don't think I can.
I'm skimming further down and this gets worse.
This is so bad and really graphic.
Are you saying you're getting too bashful for the hardcore sex wars and we have to skip to Matt and Meek's story?
Raven made me powerful like you, and now I can fuck you for an eternity.
It's not a sex. It's a sex war. See, I'm just reading sentences further down.
Oh, I love this one. His ball slacks hitting her by her asshole. Her clit her clit stonking like never before, her boobs jiggling the way in that no one could see it clearly. I honestly don't think we can read this entire thing. I honestly don't. I think we
I think we may have to move on. We can certainly give you all a link to this if you wish to read it in your spare time.
don't.
But us reading it
Definitely we have reached the end of us reading it.
his ball slacks hitting her arse like a bullet making it red. His slack balls. Okay, I'm leaving that. You bested us, Red Moon DJ. His ball slacks. Right. I guess we should move on to the next.
Am I reading this one or are you reading it?
I'm reading this one. This one is in honor, because of, the sake of, I don't know, Matt and Meeks, although neither of them know of it yet. That's okay. Not really a pen name, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. We can go with that. It's not going to fit, giggity, but it's fine. Oh, look at that! Bing!
It fits.
Giggity just fits. Silent Hill, School as Hell, by M.A.C.4. Okay, synopsis. A story about two kids who fell asleep during class and woke up in a hellish school. Not that their school isn't hell in the first place. Rated R for violence and language. Right, Silent Hill, School as Hell. Here we go. Sorry, Meeks. It's obviously going to be very scary. Steve was a freak by terms of his old school. His favourite band was Cradle of Filth. He had just moved to Silent Hill a week before it happened. I don't know why I'm reading it like it's the news. He awoke in class at Silent Hill School by a shove. He fell out of his desk and said, "What the hell?" Steve looked up and saw Tom. Tom was a jock. Even though Steve only knew Tom for a few days, he hated him. Tom returned the favour. "Exactly," replied Tom. Steve felt weird. He looked at the ground. It was all steel, rusty too. "What the hell?" he repeated, only more confused this time. He stood up in total shock, staring at the floor. "I woke up, and it was like this," Tom said. "Everyone is gone. You're the first person I've seen." "So everyone is gone except the one guy I can't stand?" Steve asked, rather annoyed. "Yep," Tom said. "And I think we're stuck in this hellbound school. All the doors are either locked or jammed." "You're crapping me," Steve yelled. "You're crapping me!" "Nope." "By the looks of some of these walls, whatever did this wasn't too human-friendly either," Tom said, pointing to what was left of a human corpse hanging on the wall. "Ew," Steve said. Tom started walking away. "Where are you going?" "The roof," Tom said. "Why?" "There's probably a ladder down," Tom said, leaving the class. Steve ran and caught up with Tom. Tom and Steve were walking down a hall when Tom and Steve were walking down a hall when a little goblin child thing jumped out of a room and grabbed Tom's leg. "Ah!" Tom yelled. "Kill it! Kill it!" Steve scared down in shock. His first reaction was to kick it. He did, and the little bastard must have weighed nothing at all, because he went flying. "This is some Harry Mason shit right here," Tom yelled. "Harry Mason? Who's that?" Steve asked. "You don't know who Harry Mason is?" Tom asked, shocked. "You should ask Matt." He didn't actually say that, Matt, you're okay. "About 5 years ago, back when this was an elementary school, he brought his little girl up here on vacation. He murdered her but didn't claim to it. And of course, the only other witness refused to agree with any of it." "Surprise, surprise," said Steve. "Anyway, he was convicted and sentenced to death. When waiting for his execution, he wrote a book about what really happened. He claimed there were a lot of messed up creatures and steel and stuff here in Silent Hill. It's considered one of the best pieces of fiction ever written."
As good as this.
"It was about a year ago when he got a lethal injection." That is a closer idea than what I was thinking this connection to," said Steve. "What?" asked Tom. "That's a good question." "What?" "I thought the situation seemed to be close to the Langoliers."
Langoliers?
"The Langoliers? We were both asleep when this change happened," Steve explained. "True," Tom said, looking over and seeing more of a freaky goblin child thing. "We might want to find an exit soon." "Yep," said Steve. They ran to the stairway to the roof, never looking behind them. Because why would you want to when there's little goblin bastard things? They got to the roof. It was pouring. "What are you looking for?" Steve asked. "A ladder," said Tom. "Wasn't it clear blue sky this morning?" "Yep," said Steve. They searched the edge of the building looking for a ladder. All of a sudden, something caught Steve's attention. "What's that?" Steve, pointing to a light in the distance, getting closer. "I don't know. Probably a car or something. If only I had a flashlight," Steve interrupted, taking out a flashlight. "Smart ass," Tom said. They went close to the edge to ensure the person would see the light. SOS, Steve said, flashing the code on his flashlight. "Think they see it?" "Emergency situations," Steve said sarcastically.
You missed a line there.
Oh, maybe, Tom said. Why do you have... Yeah, sorry. Do you think they see it? Maybe, Tom said. Why do you have that with you anyway? Emergency situations, Steve said sarcastically. That makes a tiny bit more sense. A little goblin child thing snuck up... I love how they keep calling it a thing. A little goblin child thing snuck up on them and jumped on Tom's leg. Tom jumped. To try and keep his balance, he grabbed onto Steve. No use, they both fell off the building. When they hit the ground, they landed on steel. They were both extremely hurt. That's right, Jasper.
Well, you would be after falling
They
off.
were both extremely hurt, but they would be fine. In Tom's case, his fall was broken by... Okay. They both extremely hurt by the fall, but would be fine. In Tom's case, his fall was broken by the no puddle of blood provided by the goblin. That's hurt, Steve said, getting up. Tom was still lying on the goblin blood. He looked over at Steve. Steve, behind you! Tom yelled. It was too late. A mutant dog thing pounced him and started ripping off Steve's flesh. Soon his blood-stained shirt was devoured and a chunk of his skull was missing. It ate his shirt?
When our protagonist just died?
It ate his shirt. Soon his blood-stained shirt was devoured and a chunk of his skull. It really fucking loves their shirt. It was too late. Tom tried getting up. He struggled. Steve's death shocked him. What shocked him more was the gunshots fired from behind him. Within seconds, the dog who ate Steve was dead. Tom turned to see Sybil Bennett. Who was he? Sybil asked. Steve. I don't know what his last name was. My name is Tom Rich. Who the hell are you? My name is Sybil Bennett, she said. Tom thought for a moment. Sybil, he said in shock. Sybil from Harry Mason's book? Yes, she said. Did you know about all this then? Tom asked. I guess something like this would happen. Today is the 1 year of Harry's death, Sybil said. Did it happen? Yes, she said, ashamed. Did you lie in your testimony? Tom asked. I didn't want to get even more tied up in the case when I was in the first place. Plus, I was really annoyed at Harry, so I wanted to see him die. So I testified against him in his case, okay. Plus, I was really annoyed of Harry. Okay, do you feel any guilt about his death, Tom asked. What is this? 60 minutes? Get out of here before something kills us at last. Okay, I was just interested, Tom said. They both walked over to Sybil's police car. Sybil got in and realized the other door was locked. She reached over to unlock it. As soon as her hand got to the lock, she looked through, spelled T-H-R-E-W, the window to see Tom being grabbed by a flying demon thing. Oh well, that kid really annoyed me, she said. She started driving. She did Tom a favour and ran over the bird thing that was eating him. Only problem was, she also ran over Tom.
She's the best hero ever.
He was dead. About a month later, Sybil was convicted of murdering him and was executed on the 6th of June. The end. A spooky tale from the spooky Silent Hill. She was convicted of his murder. About a month later.
Oh, bye, Husker. Have a nice holiday. That is a masterpiece. That is just, yeah.
You get to read the next one. And the next one is a Danny chosen one. It's also particularly short, so you'll have to give it all the gusto you can. Oh, excuse me, I'm still recovering from Sybil's trial. That is definitely not going to fit. Giggity. Maybe if I squeeze it in the middle, giggity. Halo. Can you survive it? By Xbox Man. Cisco, give us your rendition. The synopsis.
There is no synopsis.
There is.
Is it?
You missed
Oh,
it.
yes. Sorry. Will you die? Question mark. Author's note: you are trapped. Can you survive? Question mark.
Are you ready for this, Danny? This was your choice.
Yeah. Brace yourself, Danny. Strap in for adventure. Halo. You're in a tight situation. You are in a building. You need to get out fast. The hunters are coming after you. You have nowhere to hide. How will you survive? You could hide in a corner and wait for them to find you. You could give up. But no. You are the chief. You don't give up. You must get out of there with the plans without getting killed. But is that possible? You start to run, but then you see some grunt. You take them out with 2 shots with your shotgun. Then you see them, the hunters. These guys are tough. They will hit you twice, and you're dead. You fire and fire, but they keep shooting their plasma pistol at you. You finally kill them, and you're on the way out. Then you see Halo. It is set to go off in 40 seconds. You must get out, question mark, of there. But how, question
You
mark?
must get out of there.
But how? Where do you go? You guess which way to go and you got lucky. You made it out just before the explosion. You are safe. Or are you?
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's amazing how the music syncs with so many of these. That was intense. It was very short. 197 words. But that was intense.
It's got 29 reviews.
Do you want me to take a look at some of the reviews?
Some of my best work doesn't have 29 bloody comments on it.
One of the first reviews. Jez, that really sucked. Spelled R-E-L-I. Wow, that was encouraging. Nice job, dude. You tell him, Jasper. Okay. Oh, the next one was Ito's, and I don't think Ito's is here.
I don't know. It doesn't look like Ito's going to make it. So either we do...
Hang on, where's Danny's other one? I'm missing it. You've got it, though.
What was Danny's other one?
Danny's other one was The Lion King 2.
The Lion King 2. What was it called? Is that the name of it?
It'll be in the first group.
Oh, there we go.
The one that's entitled The Lion King for Danny.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about. Hang on.
It's not The Lion King 2, is it?
Hang on, it is The Lion King 2. I just said The Lion King
yeah,
1 for Danny. Hang on. I just realised that apparently I don't have this. Which I really should. Where's it gone? So, give me 1 second. Sorry, Red Moon Deja. Ah. I also just noticed the title.
Yes,
I
assumed you'd picked it partly because of the title.
No, honestly, I hadn't noticed it. I assume it's a typo. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's intentional.
Maybe maybe none of the bad guys know anything.
Nobody Knows by Hazuki Kanata. For Danny. Just start from here, because the rest of it is bizarre setup. There is a beautiful girl. Shut up, you.
Okay, there was a beautiful garden on top of the hill, where all the view of the land could be seen. Simba, the king of the Pride Land, was walking to the garden to take his family home.
Hang on.
Sorry,
Family,
to take his family home.
Family is in italics, so I assume it's emphasis.
Emphasized. To take his family home. The sunset was coming, and the shine flamingly poured into a man.
That is overtly sexual. The sun was coming, and the shine flamingly poured into a man.
On a wheelchair. who sat around in the big garden alone. His sculpted face was dyed red, his long shadow stretched out behind him, and a visitor stepped on it. Uncle Scar, Simba called him. The man, called Scar, turned half his head
That's impressive.
and glanced at the red-haired man. His dark eyelashes smoothly past his green eyes at that moment. A puff of wind blew and got his long dark hair tousled. "It's getting cold," said Simba. Kneeling down to his uncle, he took his hands and said in a gentle tone, "Let's go home now." Scar gave no expression. His emerald green eyes were like covered with thin films. To say more, they just gave reflections of their front like glassy eyes of a doll, as though his spirit was no longer stayed there. Actually, a horrible experience deprived Scar of what had formerly organised him. His alluring smirk, sarcastic manner, moreover, his words all. The young king couldn't forgive him yet, but he believed it would be fruitless to dare take vengeance to Scar, who became as helpless as a baby. After the fight for the throne, he found Scar lie on the ground, and his legs especially heavily wounded because his old companies got angry at treacheries and tried to kill him.
That was a sentence and a half.
And no punctuation at all. As Simba took his body up, Scar got completely confused at the sight of the very similar face with his brother, then cried out manly as though his heart turned apart. Some confessed later that Scar had been suffered from the dilutions of the king.
He was diluted as a king.
It was difficult to say that he had always been in order. Simba sharply hit the struggling man on the stomach and made him black out. For a moment he stared at him, as Simba blushed off Scar's thin cheeks and lips.
He blushed?
Yeah, he blushed. In his eyes there was a flickering from confusion. Miserable, how miserable he is, he thought. Any anger did not come up. He finally lifted him up and took to the Pride Rock. At first his family and subjects rejected Simba's proposal that he would take along Scar to their lands. Some people insisted on exile, even the execution of murder. However, when they looked the pity old king in their own eyes, and Simba solemnly said before them, "You must understand that Scar is as good as dead. What sort of interest would more punishment yield? Hatred only breeds more hatred."
You heard it here, and take that to heart.
Then they accepted the forgiving words of Simba, who must have been most suffered from Scar's misdeed. Simba combed Scar's dark hair, which had been a little mess teased by the wind, and took up a hank of it and kissed gently. Scar childishly inclined his head, for he might not understand what Simba meant. The young king made a benignant smile.
Benignant? Benignant?
Benignant.
Am I benignant?
Smile, feeling curious affection for his uncle. The mercy often turns to a sort of love. Now it happened actually. Even Dad must have never seen such a helpless uncle. Only I now have a chance of his. Only I now have a choice of his fate. And love sometimes embraces desire to have someone all to oneself. He gave one more kiss to his uncle's left eyelid eye with a scar, and chuckled to himself. The young man gingerly folded his arms around him as though he were a fragile one. Scar let Simba as he wanted. He just inclined his face into his nephew's wider shoulders than his. The red hair tickled his nose and also his heartstrings. He felt it somehow familiar, though he forgot a man with a similar crimson hair who had once loved him. It was his brother, who was killed for the succession to the throne. Scar also forgot that he had once experienced painful lust with him.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, this came out of left field. What?
felt the hair laid down on his back and a short breath put into his neck, heard him whisper sweetly behind. Those ways raptured him, but in his inner confusion of hate and lust always stung. He hated his brother and also himself, who bodily retracted tamely.
What? Also, this is of course Ito shows up now. Now he shows up.
Now he just shows up. Scar, the voice deep, called him from somewhere. Suddenly his eyes widened and glinted. He grasped nephew's body and buried his claws into the shoulder deeply. His parted lips slightly moved from some shapes to others. They ran just like when he had called brother's name. It implied an awkward awakening of some feeling, the affection he had long felt, he had long ago, or hatred, which had driven him into regicide. Good use of the word regicide.
They managed to get it in there.
Yeah, props for regicide. In any case, it is not for his nephew. Only the great past king occupied his mind. Simba, holding his uncle with a happy face, never knew such a thing. The sun had gone. The star-filled sky began covering two men all. End.
The end. What? The fuck?
I just love the random sudden incest.
Nobody knows the trouble Simba's in. Also, why was Scar in a wheelchair? What? And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Well, the best incest is by surprise. I say as I wasn't actually that long ago. I did write.
With half of a face. Well, technically, right? Ito's here now.
We can read the Ito ones, yes.
Now, I sent you the one, and I think I labelled it Ito the Filthy Fecker.
Okay. Ito the Filthy...
But hang on,
Oh,
that might not be the right one. Which one's that one?
Yeah, this is...
Yes, Ito the Filthy Fecker. So hang on a second. I need to get this one up. And yes, get this one up.
Everybody remember, this is Ito's fault.
When asked, Ito wanted this, and I told him at the time it was a disastrous nightmare, but he still wanted it, so...
I think that failed there, Ito.
Ito the Filthy Fecker. Oh, look at that, it sort of fits. Toad and Toadette's Party by Toad Fan. For Ito. One of the only Super Mario ones that wasn't 336 million chapters. This one is 3 chapters, 1,192 words.
Am I reading all 3 chapters?
You are. They're very short. Hang on,
Okay.
I'll even show how short these chapters are, because Danny likes a little bit of the behind the scenes, you see. Bing! That's the first chapter. It's quite short. The synopsis for Ito's story. Toad and Toadette is doing a fun stuff read and find out.
The stories involved with Rated M.
You know it.
Chapters 1, Love Invite. At daylight, it is 5 in the morning, and Toad just woke up from his bed. Then he went to check the mail and found...
Whoa! You're not reading this correctly. Why did you put a comma in there? There's no comma in there.
I'm trying.
One breath, sir. I did it before. I read
fine.
pedals.
At daylight, it is 5 in the morning, and Toad just woke up from his bed, and then he went to check the mail and found the letter from the Toadette. Toad read the letter. Dear Toad, you are invited to my house party. For Toad, only you will be invited to my house tonight. Love, Toadette. Great, I'm very happy to see Toadette. Toad walked out to see Toadette at her house. 3 minutes of walking, Toad see Toadette watering her garden. Toad walked over to say hi to Toadette. Toadette see Toad and say hi. Toadette Toad says hi to Toadette. Then she need to help him for the party. Toad, I need your help. I need some food from the store. Get them by 6 tonight while I set up the party. Sure, said Toad. Toadette gave Toad a list and then he left. Toadette set up the party table, fixed the bed, and cleaned the house around around 5:50 p.m.
Somewhere around
somewhere around there.
It's somewhere around 5:50, okay?
Okay, around 5:50, Toad came back with some food from the store. Toad came into the house and saw a note on the table saying, "Come upstairs to Toadette's bedroom." That's 2 separate words. To bedroom. Toad walked up the stairs and saw a balloon tied to the door.
Help me! I've been stuck here all day!
Toad walked in, and saw Toadette waiting for him at the bed. You came right on time, Toad, said Toadette. Toadette closed the door behind Toad. Toad said, Toadette, let's have some fun. Chapter 2 coming later this week.
I'll do chapter 2 if you want. If you want, we can stagger chapters.
Yeah, okay. You
it's
do
the longer chapter.
I'll do
no! Why didn't I do the first part?
I'll do chapter 3.
Oh, why did I not do the first part? Okay. Previously on Toad and Toadette's party. Toad came to see Toadette and told him she needs some food for the party. Later, Toad come to her house from shopping and Toad found a note that Toadette left. Toad found Toadette in her bedroom. Chapter 2. Party start. Ah, yeah. Toad and Toadette watch TV in bedroom. So how was shopping, said Toadette. Most of the line was too long. Well, you got the food on the list. Toad, can you get me something to drink? Okay, says Toad. He got up and walked down the stairs and went to the kitchen to get water for Toadette. Before Toad head upstairs, he looked out the window and started to rain outside. After Toad got upstairs, he saw a bathroom door open and the light was on. He walked into the bathroom and saw Toadette at the sink. Toad said, You washing your hand, Toadette? Yeah, I glued on my hand while making you something for Toad. Toadette gave Toad a gift, and he loved it. Thanks, Toadette, said Toad. They both went back to the bedroom to watch TV. Around 7 p.m, Toadette said to Toad, So what kind of game you want to play? I don't know, said Toad. Then Toadette began to kiss Toad. Wow, said Toad. I'm getting hot, said Toadette. She took off her skirt and vest. I'm trying to keep on the same line. Took off her skirt and vest, and now she only have underwear on and bra. Ugh. Why is it an ugh? Ugh, Toadette. What are you doing? Said Toad. We're playing a game, Toad. So why are you taking off your skirt and vest, Toadette? It's part of the game, said Toadette. Come on, Toad, take off your clothes. I want you to Come on, Toad, take off your clothes. Or you want me to take it off for you? No, said Toad. Then Toadette grabbed Toad's vest. Then she took it off. By the way, what kind of game are we playing, said Toad. I'm not willing to tell you. Then Toadette got on the bed along with Toad. Toad, huge. Yes, he is. Toad, huge, Toadette. While she take Toad's pant. Toad put his hand on Toadette's underwear. After Toadette took off the pant, she looked at Toad touching her underwear. You want me to while she like Toad's pant? What? Toadette smelled at Toad and said nothing. So Toad began pull down. She smelled at him and said nothing. So Toad began to pull down her underwear while she took off her bra. Now Toadette naked and Toad only have boxers on. Toadette said, let's have sex on my bed after you take off your boxer. Toad can't help by looking at Toadette naked on the body, and Toadette took Toad's boxer. Now Toad is naked. Toadette opened her mouth and put Toad Pines in her mouth. Toadette, that feel good, said Toad. Toadette going up and down until she took it out. Toad, your turn, said Toadette. She spread her leg. Toad put in... Spread her leg. Toad put it inside Toadette. Toad, that feel good, said Toadette. Toad go fast, and then Toadette huge Toad to hold on.
She's spread her leg.
She did that. Oh, sorry. To add, that feel good, said Toadette. Toad go fast, then Toadette huge Toad to hold it in. Toad, I'm about to blow. She give it a few more minutes, said Toad. A few minutes later, Toadette couldn't hold anymore. She blew it all. It said Toadette, question. Oh, sorry. She blow it all over Toad. Toad get it all over Toadette too. They both get some rest in the bed without any clothes on. Toadette said, Toad, that was fun. Do you like it, said Toadette. Yes, I love it. They went to sleep naked in bed. Final chapter next week.
Oh God, I'm gonna read the last chapter.
At least the last chapter is shorter. I read the long chapter. Chapter 3.
Oh my God.
Midnight Sex.
Poor Anthony just arrived for that. Sorry, Anthony.
This is Ito's fault, Anthony.
Yeah,
This
is what Ito specifically requested.
Oh.
Note for the last chapter, there was some grammar
Fragante. Sorry.
Also, I just a rude comment from someone. Whoever posts that rude comment will be blocked and no longer view my story.
Ah.
For the last chapter, Toad and Toadette having fun with each other, then both have sex at Toadette's bed. Here is the final chapters.
Final chapter 3.
Midnight sex. Late at night at 10 p.m. Well, that's just not. You just said it was supposed to be midnight. Late at night at 10 p.m.
He works it, baby.
He woke up to go to the bathroom to clean himself. He came out of the bathroom and head back to Toadette's bedroom. Toadette woke up and could not go back to sleep, and she said to Toad, Toad, you up for round 2? Well, it's only 10:05 and it's late, said Toad. I love the fact they know the exact time. Come on, Toad. I know you want some more from me. Toad lie down next to Toadette, and then Toadette put her mouth on Toad Peens. Toad could fill Toadette on his peens. Oh, keep going, Toadette, said Toad. Going faster and faster on Toad's peens.
That has to be the new censor for anything that's filthy about a phallus. It's now peens.
Toadette, I think I'm about to blow. Toadette didn't listen to him until her mouth is getting full, so she spit out. Now Toadette is lying down and Toad gets up. Toad lick me between the leg, Toadette said. Toad licked Toadette between the leg. I feel it, Toad. I can feel it. Toad stopped licking and put his peens inside Toadette. Inside is in and side as well.
In space side.
Toadette, go fast. I want more Toad. Toad goose faster.
Sorry, I was laughing at that before you read it.
Toad goose fast and faster. Toad, I about to blow. I need you to feel it. Toad stopped licking and put his hand. I need you to huge me to hold it a bit longer. They both
please huge me.
They both huge each other. Toadette, I'm about to blow too. Just hold it in there, Toad. They keep going until they both can't hold it and blow on themselves. That was great, said Toadette. So did I, Toadette. They both fall asleep and they're both still naked in bed at 11 p.m. In the morning, they both woke up naked in bed. Toadette put on her bra and underwear, and Toad said to Toadette, let's do that again next time. Sure thing. He left her house while Toadette take a shower to clean herself. That is the end of the story.
That's how every story should end. That is the end of the story. You may go now. Please stop reading. There are no more words. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I wouldn't
God.
mind if it wasn't such a warm night making all this laughing all the more sweaty. Or maybe it's the sexy stories we're getting into.
I'm pretty sure it's called Midnight Sex, but it clearly happens at 10:05.
At 10:05 and ends at 11. Round of applause for Toad Fan. And everybody can blame Ito for that.
Yeah, Ito.
Right, now Ito's other request was actually difficult to find, but I did manage to find something. The only problem is, much like Ito himself, it's really short. So, but it is Alien Resurrection.
Well, we've only got 10 minutes left, so I think it's appropriate that
Oh
the
no,
last
we've
one...
got 10 minutes left. We've still got the your choices of Biker Mice from Mars. The Sonic.
Well, we might have enough time for that one and the Biker Mouse from Mars one, because they're both very short.
Well, Ito has two, so okay. I will. Oh, come on, that's never going to fit on the book.
Ito's already had at least one, and it was a 3-chapter one, so...
Fuck. You're not making this easy, Ito. Nothing you do is easy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alien Resurrection, Ripley 8 and Ripley 9 by Cheyenne Wake and Alive. Go ahead, Sisco.
Oh, am I reading this?
Of course you're reading Ito's.
Okay. Ripley 8 meets her evil self, Ripley 9. How will 8 protect from call from the alien? My favourite movie is Alien Resurrection. Sorry about the summary. Story is better than this. Start slow, but will get better. Please read. Rated M just in case.
Okay.
Ripley 9's appearance. Ripley 8 was staring at Annalie Cole, who was in the newborn's grasp. Cole felt the newborn's grip tightens and loosens. Another Ripley, which was an evil version of 8 herself. Ripley 8 was shocked. The clone looked like her, but was grinning evilly. She walked up to Cole and strokes her. Cole whimpers and shouts, "Ripley, help me, please." Ripley was trying to think, but seeing another her, it was unreal. "Who are you?" Ripley 8 asks. The clone smirked. Ripley 9 told Ripley 8. Call, Ripley 8 says the Autumn's name like it was like it was helping streak. It was. I gotta read that again. I gotta need another attempt at that. Call, Ripley 8 says the Autumn's name like it was helping streak. It was. You have feelings, but I don't need feeling unlike you. I'm a cold person, Ripley 9 told Ripley 8. Damn, what are you, Ripley 8 asked Ripley 9. What am I? What am I? You ask? I'm a clone of you, an evil clone, Ripley 9 says, cackling, and
Evil.
Jasper's just jumped in.
That's it, that's the end. That's the end of the story. Oh, and there's the music. Perfectly again with the end of the story. So I hope you appreciated your 180 word Alien Resurrection fan fiction, Ito. You get giving me Alien Resurrection as a movie.
Should we get...
I'm going to move on. Moving on to your story, Sisco.
Okay, which one?
The one that you chose.
Is it
Oh, Jesus, that...
Yes.
Come on, how am I supposed to fit that onto the book? Ah, fine. You know what? Maybe if I lower that, change that, move that, then it'll sort of fit.
Right.
Vinny X Modo, how can I talk with you if I go off? What? By Catsy Cat. Sisco.
The synopsis says, "Hey, we are okay. You stupid, we are okay."
Yeah, okay. This is, in case people are confused, this is a Biker Mice from Mars FanFiction. Sisco, take it away.
Modo opened the door. Cutie, I want to talk with you. But I do not, Vinny murmured. Get off. But how can I talk with you if I go off? Modo grinned and went into the room and closed the door behind him. Vinny snorted amusement. You're idiot, you know. No, I don't, Modo sat down to bed beside him. Or I'm, Vinny sighed. It's all my own fault and you did nothing wrong, okay? Hey, stop that, said Modo sighed. I don't even know why you are as this. It's been so long already and I only want to tell you that I only want that you tell me if something's wrong between us. Vinny blinked. Why do you think it's us? Because Throttle thinks so, Modo snapped out. Vinny took a deep breath but said nothing. Modo looked at him. Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to. It's nothing. I deserve that. Vinny nodded. You don't want to talk, it's okay, Modo nodded and went closer. But I'll sit here beside you, even you say you're okay when you're not. Vinny looked at him. I'm sorry, I think it's about us. So it's not? No, it's not us.
What?
I think I've got that line wrong.
No, you got that line right. I'm reading it along with you.
Vinny smiled a bit. It's never us, okay? What is it then? But Vinny leaned over to Modo's shoulder. Could I just sleep with your arm?
Can I just sleep with your arms tonight? You get out. Leave your arms.
Well, Modo did have a robotic arm. He could have left it by him. Modo looked at him. Baby, you can always sleep in my arms. Vinny just nodded and closed his eyes. I can't see because of the cat now. Babe, you have nothing to worry about, okay? Modo rubbed him gently. Whatever it's, we can solve them, okay? Vinny nodded. Just shut up and stay here. Modo laughed silently and hugged him. We are okay, you stupid. We are okay.
You chose this one? I'm going to skip to his next one because it's very short and it's to the point. Modo stick his fingers into Vinny's pants. Modo, you do it again? Vinny tried to push him away. What I do? Modo grinned and looked at him. I check your gear. Oh really? Vinny tried not to laugh. The millionth time this week. Modo purred. Excuse me, you have a nice little guy. He kissed Vinny. Here, he patted Vinny's lower end. Vinny blushed harder. Modo, yeah. Modo grinned big. You chose these ones! Oh, shit biscuits.
Oh, we doing... We got probably just enough time for that one. Go on.
But we missed...
Well, which one did you want?
Which one did we miss? We missed this one. It just ends with end.
We've already had one that ended with end. They're just copying now.
Oh god, this is the Five Nights at Freddy's Sonic crossover that somebody asked for. I don't know if we can start any of these. I'm kind of dead. We started with Rose Pedal. Which was your favourite from tonight? I kind of liked Rose Pedal, to be honest.
It's so difficult to pick. I quite like the ones with the shadow, whatchamacallit ones where we're reading the lines and he's just inserting himself as a character into things in the most awful way. Having the characters explain who they were in text as well.
The Rose Pedal, it's a fucking epic tale, and you need to buy the rights and continue that series yourself. Would you like to read this one then, Sisco?
I suppose the Rose Petals. Is this okay?
I don't even. I'm just going to remove the book title.
Yeah, just hide the book title. Just.
I remember you talking about this one.
Leo.
No, the title.
Sorry, Teenage Mutant Ninja Doctors.
By Elsa Lover 36.
Leo, do you hear that, Master Splinter? Are you going to be...
Oh, sure. I do, and it's coming from behind us.
The Doctor, what muntants?
Come on, Leo.
Leo, attack! The Doctor, don't you take another step or I will have to attack. You can be Raph.
I'll be Raph. Oh, you are going to get it now.
The Doctor, I warned you. I warned you.
I've warned you.
I warned you.
My ears. Ah.
There, I stopped now. If you try that again, or I will have to use my sonic screwdriver again.
No, my sonic screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver.
Oh, sorry.
Leo, Raph, calm down.
Oh, it's Master Splinter. I'm probably going to tell you. It's Master Splinter. Who are you and what are you doing in the lair?
The Doctor. I am the Doctor. And this is New York sewers, not someone's lair.
Someone's.
Someone's.
I'm going to be Donnie. Wow, this is so cool.
The Doctor. Now I got you.
He's trapped in a ship. What? Who's trapped in what?
Leo, let him out.
Third Doctor. The third Doctor.
If you and your friends can keep this a secret... Leo, okay. I'm having a conversation with myself. Leo, okay. The Doctor, this is my ship and it's a time machine. And now tell no one of this machine. Leo, okay. Now let him go.
Donnie, I'm free!
Leo, now did you hear what he said?
Yes, I did.
He is levering.
Okay.
It is the Doot Clan. They have found us.
It's not the Doot Clan.
It's the Doot Clan. The deadly Doot Clan.
Let's kick some Doot. Leo, you're missing your final line.
Attack.
It's the Doot Clan.
The Doot Clan.
Not the Doot Clan. The dreaded Doot Clan. He is levering. Okay, it's the Doot Clan.
They found us.
No more epic words have ever been written in that order in anything. He is levering. Okay, it's the Doot Clan. Right. Well, we have gone past midnight. And you and your plan B.
Where was it?
Mutant Ninja Doctors.
I wasn't sure if you were going to enjoy it.
You missed Ito's second story, which was just more alien story. You missed the Sonic the Hedgehog and the Five Nights at Freddy's crossover, which was a mindfuck. And you had a Gargoyle story about Willow and the Mutates.
Yeah,
But maybe we'll get to that another time. And yes, Matt, feel free to send any fan fictions you wish Sisco to read out on a future stream to Sisco. Everyone else can feel free to do that. Hang on, is this a Gargoyles and Buffy the Vampire Slayer crossover?
I think it... Well, he doesn't specifically say it is.
It says Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And one of the characters is Willow. And I think Xander's in it as well, but...
Oh. That is a long, long one if I'm thinking of the one you're talking about. Right, the sound files are briefly turned on, because I know Meeks had his sound file he wanted to hear. I hadn't turned off during that, obviously, because it was going to be difficult enough to read all that. So if you can remember what the new command was, you guys can feel free to use it, because I will be ending the stream shortly.
Wow! This is going to make it so much more fun.
Danny remembered it. So much more fun. Ito, the filthy fecker. In my notes. Toad and Toadette -S -party.
Wow! This is going to make it so much more fun.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Go read some fan fiction.